Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
Hey, welcome everybody! It's the ultimate Cleveland sports show on a Friday. Oh boy, coming up later in the show, the white team versus the black team.
Hey, this crazy.
An all-star game.
Hey.
Are we going to have that? Nick Wright says we should.
We were
just discussing that before the show.
Right.
Are there enough white guys to make a good team?
Hey, we
How many white guys does it take to change a light bulb?
Hey man, if you got some of them Europeans, they count as white dudes too.
They count.
So, you got a squad, man. They got some stuff they can work with, man.
Yeah. So all right, we'll get to that later in the show.
I'm making the list of the white team here.
And they all right.
It's kind of stacked.
It's kind of nice.
Can you really play a guy named Knipple?
Underdogs. We are
his name is
underdogs in
Knipple. How do I take him seriously if his name is
He's
Knipple?
really freaking good.
He's good, bro.
I know.
They got. I told him, does money Merrill make the white
Are you ready
squad?
for some names we didn't even mention? These are names we didn't mention. We'll do the whole thing later.
All right, wait.
We didn't mention Şengün.
Yeah.
Denny Advia, Western Conference All-Star this year. Lauri Markkanen, didn't even consider him earlier. We'll get into the full squad later.
But the problem with the white team would be the same guys every year.
Yeah, it's the same black dudes every year too.
Well, not necessarily.
KD, LeBron.
No, but you'd have more young guys coming into the mix.
Hey, that's the thing. We SGA and it be they got some.
We'll get more into it later. This year, for the first time, they're doing a version of this: Europeans versus. There's 3 teams of 8. 2 American teams and 1 European team. Jason has jumped the gun on our Mally's read.
I mean, if I'm holding,
and he's eating his chocolate strawberries already.
Already in the
we'll hear from about Mally's later. Obviously, plenty of Browns talk. I went to sleep at 8:30 last night, guys.
Well, you were up since 1:30.
Right, I had been up since 1:30 in the morning.
Doing what?
I woke up 2 nights ago. I woke up at 1:30 in the morning. Couldn't go back to sleep. I stayed up all night. By the time I felt like I could sleep, it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, I might as well just stay up. So I had the worst headache for most of the day yesterday. I stayed up as long as I could so I wouldn't have the same thing happen. I finally passed out at 8:30 last night, and I actually slept until 5:30 this morning. So I slept 9 hours, which is crazy for me.
I'm back on schedule.
Yeah, and now I'm back. Now I can stay up to a normal hour tonight.
Now, this is crazy. What if that was your everyday?
Getting up at 1:30?
That sounds like me. Like, just no night, no day. If I don't take no
I mean, I did a morning show briefly years ago, but I didn't have to get up at 1:30 in the morning. But there was 1 week right before I got hired by the Fan here in Cleveland. I was doing a week in New York, doing updates on CBS 880. I don't know if it's still around, which is a news station in New York, news radio station, and they would do sports updates. And I was looking for a full-time gig. I didn't have it in New York. I was working part-time, and they offered me this job. So I did a test week. I was miserable. Thank God I didn't take that job. Because doing updates is horrible. It's boring.
Yeah.
But I had to be in Manhattan at like 4:30 in the morning. And even at 4:30 in the morning, you never know. There could be traffic.
Right.
Oh, seriously?
It could be. A lane in the tunnel could be closed. You never know. I lived in New Jersey.
That's why I booked early flights. That's the only time there was no traffic for me. But
I mean,
you live there. So
generally, overnight, there's not going to be traffic.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
Yeah.
From where I lived in New Jersey to where the studio was. When I first was working in New York, the studio was in Astoria, Queens, which is
like
a real
double.
hall. What's that?
It's like a
You're
double
on your
in here.
second one. And
I
that's
mean,
a
as
double.
long as you're talking, I'm going to eat.
But then eventually we moved to downtown Manhattan, so it was only a 20-minute drive with no traffic. But how many times did I do it in 20 minutes? Maybe 10% of the time if I was lucky.
Right.
But anyway, I don't know how I got onto traffic. But
no, you was doing.
the point was I had to get up, though, for that week. I was getting up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was going to sleep like 9, 10 o'clock and getting up at 2 in the morning. I did it for a week. I was like, I can't do this. This is crazy.
I tried to, I think Tom, I was watching a documentary back in the day. They said Tom Joyner was doing the morning show in like Dallas. And then he would fly to Chicago to do their afternoon show.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's nuts. Yes, I remember that.
I said, how are you, like,
That's crazy. Every day he would do that.
Every day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, That's ridiculous. Like you'd almost kill yourself. Like I used to think, all right, could you do, say for instance, if you did the morning show for 4 hours, then you drop back and said, okay, well I'm gonna do like the afternoon news or something, or I'm gonna do something. A lot. Like Stephen A. Smith, I don't know when he be sleeping. I think he got a backdrop somewhere, bro.
I got no sympathy for him. He's making millions of dollars.
I mean, but he be on.
He's choosing to do that much.
He does First Take, and then he'll do like NBA shoot around, but then he has a radio show during the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Then he got another podcast. I'm like, when are you?
You know what? As you know, there's real people out there doing 2-3 jobs a day, making no money.
No,
because they can't get by.
Like
real jobs. Like, so there's no sympathy for us in here in this business.
You kind of forget. I always try to remind myself.
Yeah.
Like, I remember pushing carts at Kmart.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, we need some more carts. I mean, it just wasn't even a big K. It was an old Kmart. You pushing carts in the middle of winter, like, yeah. So, there are people with jobs out here.
By the way, I mentioned it the other day. I watched more of it. There's a documentary, a 4-part documentary on Peacock. The first 2 episodes are available. I think the third one comes out maybe, I don't know when, sometime in the next few days. It's called The History of the Black Quarterback. It's fascinating. I didn't know, who the first, Jackie Robinson was the first black baseball player, and Larry Doby was the second black baseball player, first in the American League. I didn't know who the first black quarterback was. I guess I thought I knew, but I didn't, because when they said who it was, I can't even remember his name now.
Wasn't it the first black quarterback in college? Didn't he go to Tennessee?
There's like 3 guys that were around the same time. One guy went to Tennessee State. One guy went to Grambling. God, I'm drawing a blank on his name. I just watched the documentary. It was really good. But the first guy, most of the black players in that time, late 60s, who played quarterback in college were automatically shifted to other positions when they went to the pros. But the first guy who ever played quarterback was on the Broncos. He was a quarterback. I can't remember. He might have gone to Tennessee State. He was excellent in college. The Broncos drafted him. They made him a defensive back, I think. They had 3 quarterbacks on their roster. All 3 got hurt. So the coach basically didn't want to play him. He was forced to play him. He played well at the end of a season, and then they cut him the next year.
Jeez.
And I don't know. It was really bizarre. And then, oh God, the Raiders drafted a guy in the first round. Again, I can't remember his name. This is terrible. And then they drafted Ken Stabler in the second round. They drafted quarterbacks worse than the Browns. They drafted quarterbacks in the first and the second round. And the guy who got drafted in the first round didn't make the team. And then I didn't realize this either. The year the Steelers won their first Super Bowl, they had drafted a quarterback, a black quarterback, Jeff. This is embarrassing. I can't remember any of the names. And he started like the first 6 games over Bradshaw. And he was playing great, and he was getting racist threats and death threats and this, and they put Bradshaw in for him, and the rest is history. But there's a video in this thing of Bradshaw saying, yeah, he was better than me.
That's crazy. Is Warren Moon?
And then he ended up getting involved in drugs, and
Warren Moon in this? Because
it's coming to Warren Moon. I know he's in it. We're into the 70s now.
Warren, I think I seen the clip from this, and Warren Moon says they had him playing receiver.
Yeah,
they had him playing like scout team receivers.
He wasn't even in the NFL.
He was. So he went to USFL, but. It's very
interesting. And it's embarrassing that I can't remember the guys' names, but that's how I was like, man, I didn't know any of these guys' names, and I still don't remember it, even though I watched it this morning.
Marlon Briscoe
was with the Broncos.
Shout out to Xavier P., who just texted me that.
Thank you, Xavier P. Marlon Briscoe, and then eventually they cut him. Nobody picked him up for a while, and then eventually he joined the guy who was playing for Buffalo, who went to Grambling. Mike, look at it. If you could look him up. Guy went to Grambling. He played for Buffalo. I think he was the first black quarterback to start a season as a quarterback, and Briscoe ended up playing wide receiver for him.
Joe Gilliam?
No, that's the Steelers guy. That was the Steelers guy, Joe Gilliam.
I remember that name now that you said it.
And I really didn't.
James Harris.
James Harris. His nickname was
Shaq.
Shaq, right? Not Shaq, S-H-A-Q, Shaq, S-H-A-C-K.
Correct.
Very interesting guy. He's still alive. Gilliam died. He got, I think he had a bad drug problem. But Gilliam was fascinating. And then there's the one other guy, the Raiders guy, whose name I can't think of either. This guy is supposedly the best best high school football player in Texas history. Wow. And he never got a chance. He never took a single snap as quarterback in the NFL.
Wow.
He was the best high school football player in Texas and never took a snap in the NFL. Crazy.
Real quick, before we dive in.
Yeah.
A little bit of NFL news that just came across the timeline, which I find very interesting. According to Adam Schefter, the NFL has informed all 32 teams today in a memo that it has prevailed in its grievance versus the NFLPA and the team report cards. An arbitrator determined that the NFLPA conduct violated the CBA and is ordering to stop making any future report cards public.
That's
which
so
means
stupid.
We will not get
What
to
an
see
embarrassment.
the grades, which is one of our favorite off-season topics.
I know.
These guys.
And it calls out the terrible owners.
These owners are so fragile.
Oh, my God.
They don't like my meal plan and weight room. Unacceptable.
Oh, my God. But it's not surprising.
You know,
billionaires are the most sensitive.
You know they petty. You know they like.
Oh, my God. That is just pathetic.
Petty.
All right, Mike, let's get to it.
Let's dive in. Before we get to our first topic, let's show off some Mallies, guys. We love Mallies. Valentine's Day is this weekend, and all you need is love and chocolate this Valentine's Day. Be ready to say the three little words that everyone wants to hear. I got the Mallies. From friendship to love to every situationship in between. Mallies has the perfect chocolate to say what you feel. Their famous chocolate-covered strawberries and grapes are back in stores. You can see them in Bull's hands. Those are the strawberries. G. Bush has the chocolate-covered grapes. And the rest of their Valentine's Day favorites, like the Gold Cup assortments, foil-wrapped solid milk and dark chocolate hearts, peanut butter, caramel, raspberry, and marshmallow-filled hearts, and so much more. They're all in stores and online now. This Valentine's Day, say it with Mallies. And Jason, I've never seen you look happy.
Jason's had about 5 chocolate-covered
He's never
strawberries.
looked happier
I
in
had
his
2.
life.
The equivalent of 5.
If you didn't shut up, I might have made it to 3.
G, how are the chocolate-covered grapes?
These are lit, bro. You messing my whole diet plan now.
Yeah.
These right here.
There you go. Thank you.
You know, I'll be borderline type 2. I've been having my sugar number been raised all the way up. These is good.
All the way up.
All the way up. These is crazy. I ate a whole box.
Mallies is the best. Thank you, Mallies.
Oh, my gosh.
Appreciate Mallies. Get your chocolate-covered grapes and strawberries at Mallies.com. All right, guys, let's dive into our first topic. That's a big-picture question.
Yeah.
Todd Monken is the new head coach of the Cleveland Browns. We understand the Browns have limitations from a roster standpoint. We really don't know what to expect from an offensive and defensive standpoint, as they're still looking to hire a defensive coordinator. So, Bull,
Yes.
in your opinion, what would constitute as success for Todd Monken in year 1 as the head coach of the Browns?
It's a good question. It's a tough question to answer. I don't know if I can put a specific win total. I'll say, to me, at the end of the year, if I feel like the offense is clearly improved and heading in the right direction, I'm not going to call for a guy to be fired after 1 year. Like, what's that?
Careful.
I did with Freddie. But he's
You
the
never
only
know.
one. He was. But the thing, you're right.
Easy to say
things
that in
could
February.
change. Things could change. It's a lot to ask. Now, obviously, we've got free agency in the draft, and we'll reassess then. But the Browns are so bad offensively, it would be impossible to complete, or nearly impossible to completely turn it around in one season. There's just too many holes. You have, at best, if I include DeJuan Jones and stretch it, you have 4 legitimate starters in the NFL and none that are elite. Maybe Harold Fannon's an elite tight end or will become. We'll see. So there's so many holes on offense. So to me, can the offense be serviceable? If they won 5 games this year in 26 and the offense was improved, would I look at as a success? No, I don't know. I guess not in the end.
Yeah, you didn't feel it in your whole.
As I was talking it,
you didn't feel it in your soul.
I guess I don't have a great answer, guys. What can I say? I can't. It's not realistic to say make the playoffs.
I think this topic and one other one that we're doing, I think I would like to revisit in August.
Yeah,
because it's hard
Yeah.
It's February.
Yeah.
You don't even know. You don't know for sure who the quarterback is. You don't know who's on the line. You don't know who the receivers are.
Nothing.
And you don't know who the defensive coordinator is.
If they were starting the season right now, could you pick them to win more than 5 games? No.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, we haven't seen the schedule yet, but we know who the opponents are.
Right. I just couldn't.
Success to me. You kind of hit on where I was going to try and go with it.
Yeah.
Like, can you take a step offensively without, and this is important, without the defense regressing?
Right.
So.
And Jim Shorts are not. Like, defenses are more fickle than offenses.
Yes. So without regression, much regression.
Right,
there probably will be a little bit. But can you if it's like this now and the defense is up here, can you like narrow the gap a little bit to where you're playing a little bit more complementary football? I mean, it's such a low bar.
Yeah.
But on February 13th, it's just hard for me to say, like, I would love to be able to say, find your quarterback. I don't know if we can say that.
Yeah.
If you come out of this season and you know who your quarterback is,
that's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah.
No matter, regardless of whatever else, that's a win.
That's a win.
So that's one way you could look at it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I don't know if that's realistic or not. It's hard. It's February. Like August, and I'm not knocking Mikey for the topic. You got to talk about something. But I think in August, this one and the one about who's going to thrive and who's going to.
Yeah, it's so hard
those
to say.
Feel like we could probably have a little bit better of an answer in August.
Yeah, really.
The beauty is we do this now. And then
what's that?
I honestly don't have a good answer. I don't feel good about any answer because if I say 6 wins and an improved offense, it doesn't feel like success. But if I say 9 wins, that feels not possible.
Unrealistic.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
One of the things that I always talk about is sometimes people say, hey, how do you explain love? I don't know. You just know when you get it. You just you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you're right.
Like how do I know what a franchise quarterback is? We just know when you see it.
How do you know pornography?
You know when you see it, right?
Supreme Court said.
And I agree with him. Bro. It can get a little racy, but here's the thing that I want to say. Like I look at it, and he has to come in, and I want him to have lofty goals and expectations. For him, he's supposed to come in as a new head coach. And the first thing he says is, guys, you know what our goal is? Win the Super Bowl. Second thing, win the division. It's been since 1989. Our goal is to win the division. Let's put it. I believe in marking it down, taking a picture, and standing on what you mean. Sometimes you gotta mark the goal down and be clear, and then shoot for it. Now you may come up short against that, but for me, the goal is to go to the Super Bowl. The goal is to win the division. The goal is to go to the playoffs. You may come up short against that. And that's okay. But the thing that you're doing is trying to establish a basement level and understand that the Cleveland Browns are here to win football games. They're not there to be the little brothers of the rest of the teams, and it's not to live off what happened before. It's a new mentality, and we starting fresh. I think also when it comes to that's just the cultural standpoint that I want him to do. The second point is I do want to get some wins. I want to see at least 7. The owner told me 5 wasn't good enough with the last coach, right? He said 5 wasn't good enough. He said there were some games they lost that they should have won. They felt like they should have got some more wins. Well, if you felt like that, and the general manager is gonna invest draft capital, and you're gonna be aggressive in free agency, then what I want to see him do is come in and develop some of these young guys and get them a step further and say, guys, our goal is to get if we're gonna get to 5, let me get to 7. That's what I want to see.
I think, but if the Browns win 7 games, am I going to look at that as a successful season? I'm not. I think a successful season, I think there is no realistic successful season for the Browns, in my mind. I think successful is 9 wins. I would look at that as a success. But there are successful things that can come out of this season, even if the season as a whole is not successful. If they finish 6-11, but we know who the quarterback is, there was a level of success within a season that didn't end well.
But there's individual things. If you come out of the season, and that's the big one, finding the quarterback, and if you come out and say, we got the quarterback and we know what it is moving forward, that's a huge success. Because that's what he is tasked to do. We've been talking about it for years. The Cleveland Browns, since Baker Mayfield, have not had a quarterback where you could say at the beginning of the season, we know who our guy is. Right. If they get that, that's a huge move. Also, I'm looking at culture, and I'm also looking at leadership. You mentioned the defense. I'm definitely looking at the defense because it was known that Jim Schwartz was the leader of the defense. The glaring issue is he's no longer there. You know you got Myles Garrett and some opinionated people over there. Can you control the room? If you're not going to make no moves and have the defense be, different, they're going to keep the same defense. A lot of the same staff is going to be there. Well, then you're the leader of that, right? By default, you chose the new coach. You chose the new defensive coordinator. You chose to stay with that game plan. How do you keep those guys in line, and do you have the same level of cohesion and want to out of the defense? That's another big part.
You're talking about you can't have success. I'll go back to the Patriots last year. They won 4 games,
right?
But they felt really good about where they were at,
right?
Because
it wasn't a successful season, but they accomplished finding a quarterback.
On the record, it wasn't a successful season, but they felt really good about where they stood as a franchise because they believed in Drake May. They felt really good about a lot of the pieces they had, and they didn't even like their head coach. They changed their head coach, and they went to the Super Bowl. Now, I am not predicting the Browns are going to the Super Bowl next year. But it shows you that record doesn't always imply success, depending on how you feel about the personnel that you have. So it is possible, in my mind, to have a poor record and still feel really good because they're not going to solve. I said last year they're not going to fix all their holes in one offseason. They're still not going to fix their holes in this offseason.
No, I mean they're rebuilding.
Yeah, but if you get to the end of the season, if a year from now we're sitting here and you feel good about 1 or 2 of their skill position players, you feel good about their quarterback, you feel good about 1 or 2 of their linemen, and the defense is still about where it was, that is a huge success. I don't care what the record says.
Also, I take a look at this. We say we can't fill all the holes, and that's correct. Filling holes doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to acquire other talent, other places, and just plugging them in. Filling other holes also has to do with getting something out. We'll talk about later on the show. Yeah. What can you get out of some people who may not have performed well last year, may not be seen as a top prospect, but you can get them to play above what you've seen on tape before. So those are the things in terms of development is where you can really go ahead. I look at it with the Guardians all the time. Y'all guys mentioned it all. You look at the guys that were in that organization. Jose Ramirez was not a top flight prospect. He was not one of the guys that was mentioned. But you find now, mind you,
who are you hoping for?
Mind you, I'm not gonna say nobody on the Browns is turning into Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, right.
I'm just giving and you don't need a home run. You just need guys to play. If you could tell me, think about it like this: if they can get Zach Zenner to turn into a serviceable lineman, how much would that help them?
That would be good.
That would, because you're looking at it right now. You need 6'7" linemen, right? How good would it be to say, "Hey, let me 6'7"? Yeah. Hey, if you get Zach Zenner to just perform and say, "Hey, Zach Zenner can rotate. We don't got to go over and turn the whole roster over because he got better."
I mean, but do you have faith that that's going to happen?
I mean, it's yet to be seen. I mean, that is up to the new coaching staff, and that's what the goal should be. Is you could get better in the margins, sneaky on people by getting incrementally better in places that people don't expect you to. It's hard to make a splash everywhere and just say, "Oh, we got another guy and he's great." It's tough to do that.
30 seconds on Zenner. When he first went in for Wyatt, it was the worst possible time for him to go in. They were playing. I don't remember now. They had a stretch of games against the NFC East, and they were just playing nasty defensive tackles week after week after week.
I remember.
They had the Commanders.
It was didn't they have the Giants?
I feel like they had the Giants in there.
Philly.
Yeah.
And there was just a couple, it was like for an inexperienced guy, rookie, making his first, it was the worst matchups for him. And I don't know if that buried him or if he just really wasn't, he never got back up to the surface. So, and I hoped last year with revamping the offensive line staff would have helped him. It didn't. But we'll see. I mean, they've with Warhop, they've revamped it again. Mm-hmm. They feel really good about Warhop. He's another one. This
is 4 straight years with a new O-line coach, right?
3, because it went Callahan, and then Vrabel. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, technically 5, because it went Callahan, then what's his name for 2 seconds, then Vrabel took over for him.
Well, yeah, but that's Callahan, and then Andy. I forget his name.
Dickerson.
Yeah,
and then Vrabel. And then whoever
No. Vrabel replaced. Well, I see
in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
And then whoever. Well, last year was
I forgot his name.
whatever his name. So Vrabel wasn't technically the offensive line coach.
If there's any position that would take the longest amount of time for you to get a guy and the light bulb could go off, is either at tight end or on the offensive line, because you could get beat on the offensive line by just not knowing your assignments and who you need to block. You could get beat on the offensive line because you are just not physically strong enough at this point. You playing grown men. Or you can get beat on the offensive line because you just don't have sound enough technique. So a lot of those things develop over time, and you can see more serviceable offensive line come to fruition after they take time to kind of learn and mature. But it's getting early for them, because this is what his third or fourth
Going
year?
into year 3.
Going to year three, it could be one of them things. And I like the fact that it is a new coaching staff, because now I guarantee, I'll say this right now before we get to it, this will be the most spirited camp that you've seen from the Browns in a long time. Because you say what you want under Kevin, or Kevin kind of ratcheted it up a little bit more last year because they had the whole golf outing. I don't know what they was doing out there. But a new coach and something to prove from these folks, I guarantee that the people are going to be ready to go.
All right, Mike.
All right, let's get to our next topic, guys. We're going to pivot sports, but sticking to the overall general theme of loyalty in sports, which we'll get to. A reminder that the Cleveland Charge, we talked about the game last night. If you went, you were in for a doozy. They were down 13 at half. Ended up winning by double digits. They swept Toronto 905, who was the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Charge currently tied for the second best record in the entire East.
By the way, word on the street is there's a fair weather fan of the Charge who left the game at halftime.
That would be me.
Yeah.
That would be me. I left the game at half. They were losing. Yeah. My plus-minus yesterday was minus 13.
Yeah, you're bad luck, apparently.
Digits, so my bad, but the Charge won. They have games coming up. They're basically home the entire month of March, so come out, support the Charge, Cleveland Hall, public hall, clevelandcharge.com for tickets. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about loyalty in sports. The Cavs acquired James Harden over the trade deadline, and Harden, who is a top 75 player in the history of the league, top 10 in points, number 11 in assists, but he's been on 6 different teams now. He's the epitome of a sports nomad, and I had a chance to ask James after his first game in Cleveland about the kind of changing of the trend and changing of the landscape of players of his caliber switching teams as often as they have. He gave a great answer. Then I want to dive in and talk about how loyalty in sports either exists or doesn't exist, not just in the NBA, but across all factions of sports. This is James Harden after their win on Wednesday over Washington.
I mean, at the end of the day, we all look at it. It's basketball, and the whole quote-unquote loyalty thing I think it's overrated. I think this is a business at the end of the day, and it's a lot of money involved and a lot of decisions that has to be made. You know what I mean? So, like if a player isn't producing, or if you don't see him in the future, or, front office, some of them have to do like a job and want to keep their job, so they got to feel like they got to do what's best for, to keep their job, and they trade players. Or if a guy isn't happy and he wants to be traded to somewhere else, then it's a problem. It's just so many different dynamics that go into it. This is a business at the end of the day. So, like, not even just the NBA, but like people that have normal jobs have those same problems. It's just not magnified. You know what I mean? So, for me, it's always about I don't lose focus of trying to compete for a championship, and then financially, making sure that my family is taken care of. You know what I mean? Because I'm very smart, and I've sacrificed a lot. Financially, which I don't get credit. I don't get talked about, but I'm fulfilled and I'm happy with it. But like winning a championship, or at least having a chance to, and then financially getting paid for, me being available and playing at the highest level for so long. So, to answer your question, this is a business at the end of the day. So I feel like players should, ultimately do what's best for them, and front office does what's best for them and their owner and their organization. So, it's two sides of a story.
So, Jason, I know you wrote an article in The Athletic on James Harden being a sports nomad and just the sports nomad culture in today's NBA. So when you heard James answer the question as he did, your response is what?
I thought it was a great answer. And I think that guys, I agree with them that there's no such thing as loyalty, nor should there be. Like these teams can trade you on a dime unless you negotiate a no trade clause, and players I think should be able to go where they want to go when their contract is up. So some of the biggest names when I was digging in on some of the biggest names in the game, when you count up their all-star games and their teams, it's unbelievable. James Harden, Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, Kyrie, AD, Russ Westbrook, and Chris Paul, some of the biggest stars in the game, right? They've played on 38 teams total.
You're counting all-star games?
No, just all-stars. All-star players.
Yeah.
All-star players.
Yeah.
Now, they had 72 all-star appearances.
Right, yeah.
And they've played on 38 teams.
This is way more common now,
and
sure. Also way more common in the NBA than the other sports.
Yeah.
Guys don't in football and baseball. The superstars don't change teams as often. They change teams.
Yeah.
But like the superstar in the NFL or the baseball, usually it's more like 2, maybe 3 teams max until they're done. But superstars now, we're seeing them change every year, especially the older superstars.
And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. Number one, guys now, rather than get to free agency, they've made it through the CBA, they've made it so appealing to guys to sign with their current team that they'll take the money now and then they'll force their way out a year later.
Right.
We've seen that. Kevin Durant signed in Brooklyn and then was out a year later. Blake Griffin signed with the Clippers and he was traded a year later. So that's become more and more common of guys take the money up front. The Griffin thing was the team's decision to move him. And that plays into another part of this is teams are more willing to move on from stars now than they've ever been before.
Right.
It used to be if you had one of these guys, you clung to them and did everything you could to build around them. And now you see them. I mean, the Hawks just gave away Trae Young a few weeks ago to get off the money, and the aprons play into that. And trying to keep financial flexibility. Flexibility and optionality are like the buzzwords in the NBA.
But I think the Hawks also realized he wasn't going to be
if he was living up to the contract in their eyes, then they would have kept him. So production obviously plays into it. But just this idea, this mindset shift that teams are not as tied to their own stars as they once were, that certainly plays a role. I think these guys coming up through AAU and team hopping, they're just accustomed to it. And AAU gets blamed for a lot. I think AAU is gross.
Yeah.
And I think it's an easy crutch. So I think it goes way deeper than that. But I do think it's worth mentioning that these guys are now the guys that came up playing these AAU circuits where you just went to this team and then that team and then that team and that. So that's just normal for them.
Right.
And not just AAU, high school. I mean, you see
you're
guys
right.
play
High school.
3 or 4 different high school teams over the course of their career. AJ DeBonsa, who might be the #1 pick. Darren Peterson, also a kid from Ohio, played his last 2 years of high school, at least his last year, out at Pacific Prep out in California because it's a de facto college program.
And now colleges. Exposure. How many colleges did Jalen Tyson go to?
Right. Well, the point is, you're right. I mean, there is no loyalty in sports, nor should there be. I think we should be loyal to our friends and to our family, and nobody else's old loyalty. Like, in your job, in our job, are we loyal to the people? If we have an employer, on some level, while I'm working for that employer, you're loyal to them on some level. But like, am I not going to take a better job because I'm loyal to another company? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
You're loyal to the paycheck.
That's right.
It's a business, man.
Yeah.
And
both sides.
Yeah, both sides. But the illusion is how sports became what it is there's an illusion of togetherness and familyness and loyalty. They perpetuate that, right?
Yeah.
And they perpetuate it as long as it's convenient for both sides. I look at a situation with Giannis. I can't get mad at the Bucks. Like, I think the Milwaukee Bucks did everything in their power to help him try to win the championship. Just turns out that people were better than he was, or
he did win a championship.
He did. So it's like, so once you win a championship, his goal is to win as many championships as he can during his time frame.
Yeah.
And he recognizes that I'm a generational player. They recognize he's a generational player, right? But at any point in time, one side believes that they're no longer a generational player, the charade is up.
Yeah.
Because now we got to tear it down. We got to figure out something from the business standpoint because we're paying you this money. We can't fit guys around you. And then at one point, it's only so much they're going to put new guys around you, and the Damian Lillards, you know what I'm saying, and then that didn't work, and then you go out and go get somebody else, and that didn't work, and then now you're injured, so now they're gonna have to tear it down. But from the player standpoint, I think a lot of people don't realize that James Harden did give a lot back. A lot of people kind of roll their eyes when they said I didn't give him a lot, but he's been in a few situations where, especially in Philadelphia, they told him he was going to do something.
He took a $15 million pay cut.
Yeah.
In Philly.
Now listen, he has more than enough money.
Sure.
But
he still did.
Players, a lot of players will take every last dime they can get.
Absolutely.
Right. Nobody should feel sorry for James Harden.
No, he said.
But like we laud Jose Ramirez, right? He's taking way less money. There's some people. I bet you there's some people in baseball like he's an idiot.
I tell him all the time,
which is stupid. He's shown. I think like Jose Ramirez is comfortable here. He's happy here, so he stays here. That's all that matters to him, but that's unusual.
The players' unions put a lot of pressure on these guys to take every last dollar because which
is bad.
Well, but they're looking out for themselves.
It's bad It's bad because most guys don't do it, so don't pressure the guys that don't want it, that want to do it.
Well, part of the reason why they don't do it is because they're getting pressure from the union to take every last dollar to pave the way for the guys coming up behind you.
Right.
Why are you giving them why do you care about, like we say all the time, what do you care about the owner's money for? Why do you care?
They got it.
He's got plenty to give you, so don't give him a break. Because are they really going to reinvest it in the team if you...
Right. And the Guardians have not.
And then the Players Association is telling them, listen, don't let your skill slip. Don't be hurt 15, 20 games this year. Well, they're going to come to you and you can get traded.
Well, but, I mean, there's a big difference. I mean, in baseball and basketball, your contract's guaranteed.
Yes.
So they could trade you, but you're still getting paid.
Yeah.
Whereas in football, that's a whole new thing. That's a whole different
now
thing.
We ain't listen. You get the syndicate.
Except for Deshaun Watson. Right, everybody,
And that's why they got a problem with that. You see how that works? But listen, I'll tell you this, man.
Yeah.
You go back and you look at it. I think the whole game was different. When Luka Doncic got traded, that was he was the first dude who was in his prime, undeniable. The equivalent of him getting traded in Dallas is the equivalent of Kobe or LeBron getting traded in their primes.
But
that never.
But Wilt Chamberlain got traded. and
Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar got traded.
But I'm saying, he was in
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in his prime.
Well,
Luka was the face of Dallas, though.
The whole.
Are you serious? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the best player in the NBA.
He left as a free agent.
He rolled out.
Kareem?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he got traded.
He went. No, he was.
I'm double checking, but I'm almost. I wrote
Kareem. He would play for the Bucks. They was like, I'm going.
What about Wilt? Where was he?
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe he was traded.
I think Kareem was traded.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize. I thought he left as a free agent.
I'd like to be known as Mr. NBA for now. Like, really?
And I wrote. Never mind. I wrote a lot of stuff.
Are you really? Did Mike just try to sell me that Luka Doncic was bigger than Kareem was in Milwaukee?
No, Kareem was big.
Kareem was the best player in the sport.
Yeah.
Yes,
I thought he left as a free agent too. I'm not.
No, I know more. I'm more of a ball knower than you guys are.
Now that's crazy.
Old school basketball. Don't be questioning me.
He wanted out. He wanted out of Milwaukee. He wanted out of Milwaukee. I don't remember, even though I should remember. I don't remember all details around it, but he definitely wanted out of Milwaukee. I know that.
Every
I don't blame him.
Listen, watch this. So this is the historian. Every free agent, great big man, is going to go play for the Lakers. It just is what it is.
I mean, Shaq wanted out of Orlando.
And he went there. Wilt wanted out and then went there. And Kareem wanted out, went there. Hey, they even had Pau Gasol. They got him as well. They stay with getting LeBron went there.
Bill Russell never went there.
He never did. But players have always liked shiny things, and that's been since the beginning of time. They was already going to go play for LA, trying to do certain things.
Yeah.
But to me, when Luka got traded, there was really no crazy. They had just went to the finals.
Yeah. I don't think Luka started this. I think it started long before that.
It did, but it told you anybody can get it. Anybody.
Yeah.
Like Luka was like caught off guard. Like, the heck?
But Dallas was panned by everybody. It's one of the stupidest trades ever made.
I still to this
day.
They
essentially got nothing for him.
Nothing.
When you look at what AD brought them back.
They
should have not been allowed.
Listen, shout out to the brother.
Yeah.
But he can't get no more jobs. He can't get.
He won't.
He can't. He can't. Listen, I know there's Rooney rules. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. It ain't even Rooney rules in basketball. You just can't get no jobs, bro. Yeah. You actually traded Luka and got zip-zero, stingy with nothing.
Nothing.
I want to point out players on all three Cleveland teams right now, and just the difference in all of this. And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. Yeah. You have Jose, who's a Guardian for life, has taken less money on multiple occasions now, signed multiple extensions under his market value to stay here. Got close, got to a Game 7 in the World Series, may or may not ever win a championship.
Jose basically did the Wolf of Wall Street scene of, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, right.
Like, figure it out.
Yeah, right.
I'm not effing leaving. That's basically what he did.
Well, Giannis posted that exact meme after
but he is leaving.
The deadline, but he's
he just waiting till
he's
the
just
summer.
Waiting.
Yeah. Then you got Myles Garrett, who's been a Brown his whole life, has requested a trade, then got the Giant extension. We'll see if he finishes his career in Cleveland, but hasn't had the chance at a Super Bowl run yet.
Right.
But he's been would you call Myles Garrett loyal?
No. But I don't say that as a net bad thing.
No. I don't mean it as a good or bad.
No, he wanted to be traded.
G, would you agree with that?
Man, I think he's a person who's pragmatic.
You don't think Myles Garrett wants to be traded right now? Of course he does, but he knows it's not going to happen.
Yeah, if this was a different world with different cap rules and different everything else, I think he would welcome him. I think he's loyal to himself, and I don't call him loyal. I don't blame him for that.
I'm not
you
saying
can't compare him to Jose Ramirez. Chose to
took
stay.
less money.
Yeah. There's no comparison.
Point here. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Yeah. And then you have James Harden, who we just heard.
And here's the thing. I believe you can't take and it's the context of the sport. There should be no loyal person playing football. Not zero. There should never be a loyal person.
I'm not criticizing anybody for being.
No, if you're a football player,
you make as much money as you can.
You can't. Nick Chubb. I'll give you an example. We all love Nick Chubb. The second he had that second knee injury, it was a wrap. It was bye. It was gone.
I'm not asking this as a negative. I'm just
you are. No. You're asking it as a negative.
And then we have James Harden.
You're asking it as a negative.
I am not.
You set up game.
But then we have James Harden just gave us the answer of I need to be in a situation where it makes sense.
There's no owed loyalty. Jose Ramirez has been loyal to the Guardians. I look at that as a positive, but if you're not loyal, I look at that as a neutral, not a negative.
But Jose also is being loyal to himself.
Right.
He's comfortable. Because
he
wants. It's not that he loves Paul Dolan. And
he doesn't care about the owner.
He loves where he's at right now.
He's as my people would say, a big macher.
I don't know what that means.
You're a fake.
I'm one of your people, but
you're a fake Jew there.
Hey, I don't know what that means. I'm gonna just.
He's the big swinging. You know what? Here.
Oh, yeah.
He's like he runs the clubhouse. Everybody loves him.
He's very.
He doesn't get pressured by the media to speak.
That is.
And he is the king.
Yes.
As he should be.
And he's really smart for not wanting to give that up because other guys have been in that spot. And they gave it up for more money.
You don't want to go.
And they were miserable.
LeBron went to L.A. He's not a big deal in L.A. Even LeBron is not a big deal in L.A.
You know what I found out? I went. It's like that in every business. I went upstairs to seen Jay Crawford. He had fans, grapes, and everything up there. He's the man at WKYC. He was walking. He had 3 outfits. They were like, Jay, do you need to change your button up today?
I know.
I'm like, I said, I need to get some. He's like, sir, who are you? Don't you keep coming up here?
He has a person combing each side of his hair. He has one person for the left side, one for the right.
The stenographer is like
makeup person.
Let's get this together.
My point with bringing up the players in sport is there's no guaranteed way to get to the level you want to get. There's no right or wrong path in terms of being loyal versus not in regards to winning a championship. We've seen non-loyal mercenaries win a bunch of championships. We've seen the most loyal people in the world. Joe Thomas, for example, never really have a chance to even sniff a championship. So there's no one way fits all or one right way.
Joe Thomas was loyal.
I think
and it didn't help.
I think being a Cavs fan, it really just being a Cavs fan overall because of who the owner is, because of LeBron, because of Kyrie, because of the championship we won. We was mercenaries at one point in time. We was just like, hey, LeBron coming back. We got Kevin Love, Deion Waiters, kick rocks. We gonna sign Kyrie. Let's work. And they went and got Shumpert and JR, and they got training.
But
so we was cool
their
with it.
Two best players had been originally. Kyrie was already here, and LeBron was originally.
They both left.
Then they both left.
After they said they wasn't going to again. So we kind of was like, now the soul of a Cavs fan I think we can applaud you for playing well. You can't really break our hearts.
There's almost no loyalty in sports, and no loyalty is owed. None. Loyalty is owed.
But James Harden, if you want to go ahead and win a championship,
go ahead, win a championship, and then ride off to the sunset. That's fine.
And you will be immortalized in Cleveland.
It's forever. All good. I don't care if the Cavs win a championship. I don't care if James Harden only plays here for half the season.
Bro, he could never do an interview, nothing. Bro, you good, bro. We'll put the number in the rafters if you want to, bro. Now, that's a step too far. But all depends on how many big shots you going to hit.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure that out. Now, hold on, though. I'm just saying, though, if the Cavs win a championship, that means that Donovan Mitchell would have won a championship.
Right.
How high on the totem pole you got to put that? Because that means he did it. He's the first non-LeBron to even get that off. Is he automatically top? Is he on the Mount Rushmore?
Of course. He's on the Mount Rushmore of
Cleveland?
Yeah.
Of Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland or Cavs?
Cleveland.
No, Cleveland? No. Get no chance.
No. Cleveland?
He'd be, to me, he's third on the Cavs.
How is he third?
I'm putting him behind Kyrie.
But I'm just saying, who else on your Mount Rushmore than won a championship?
I mean,
Jim Brown, LeBron.
That's only two got the championships. Who else?
But that you can't judge. I can't do it just based on that.
Why, you're not going to take the championship? Ain't nobody else
You
won
can't,
one.
like, in baseball, I can't. Jose Ramirez has got to be on the Mount Rushmore.
What do you got? 3. You got one more.
Could Donovan be 4?
Maybe
I called you crazy too soon.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got you ready to go.
I would put Kyrie ahead of him.
I don't know that I would.
He can't.
Donovan wins the
I don't
championship.
think you could put Kyrie ahead of him if Donovan.
He drove the ship.
Why?
He's the captain.
Kyrie hit the biggest shot in franchise history.
I'm putting
There's
Kyrie
no
ahead of
question
him.
about that. But he also won't ever come back.
You're not putting Myles Garrett ahead of him?
No, he doesn't have a championship.
But neither does Jose.
But Jose is when I say all time. Now listen, listen. That's a tough decision. But what I'm saying to you is this: it's a conversation.
But Donovan Mitchell, it's not a fair comparison because the great basketball player has more influence on winning a championship than anything except for maybe a quarterback.
And he did it in an era with great team. He did it in an era where
you think Donovan Mitchell's going to win a championship with the Cavs?
I think he got a shot.
He's got a shot, but I don't think he will. Jason?
He got a shot.
He's got a shot.
He got a shot.
You think he will?
He's got a shot.
He got a shot.
All right, Jason's scared to
Look
answer.
at Jason Lloyd. That's what he. Listen,
Mike,
look.
Donovan
Hey, take a
Mitchell win a
picture of this.
championship
Take a
with the
picture. Can I get the fist bump? Put it in your locker. See this? We're together as one.
Come on, don't be.
But listen, because it was only on Jason G, there's no confirmation that was your
See, it's
Wait,
plausible.
You got to do it again.
It's plausible deniability. Look at that. We are together. This is the fusion dance. Can you imagine us
Mike,
as a
give your
Dragon Ball
answer.
Z
There are
character?
people in the chat losing their minds right now.
About what?
G and Jason being boys.
We together, bro. We said the exact same thing. He got a shot.
I love G. We
listen.
disagree on the quarterback, but I
Will
love
he win a
G.
But other than that, we're great.
Is the question?
You
will
still haven't
Donovan-
answered the question. Will
he win a championship? Is
Yeah.
that the question?
Yeah.
He could. I probably lean more no than yes,
Yeah.
but he could. Yeah.
Why are you being scared to answer this question, Jason?
I'm not scared to answer it.
Hey, listen.
So your answer is no.
I don't think they're going to win it this year. No, I think OKC.
If they
they're healthy,
don't win it by next year, it's over with this group.
Bro, but hold on.
me
and Jason have already come to the conclusion this is a 2-year run.
2-year run.
This is a 2-year project.
Right?
Read between the lines.
Jason said LeBron's coming back.
Whoa.
That's two setups you
He
had.
did not say
you
that.
tried
I'm
to get
kidding.
McNuggets on the Myles Garrett, and you got him on LeBron. You know they friends. Don't do that to him.
I think they are on a short list of teams that have
Yeah.
a legitimate chance to win a championship. And beyond that, you
All
never
right,
know
right now-
who's going to be healthy. You never know what the matchups are going to be. It's
Right
impossible
now,
to say.
give me your Cleveland sports Mount Rushmore.
I mean, Jim Brown, LeBron.
Yeah.
It's hard after that.
That's tough.
Donovan's not up there right now.
No.
Joe Thomas up there.
It's tough.
I don't know you can put Joe up there. Like, I want to put Jim Tomey up there. He's in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, and then there's a lot of
500
old
home
school
runs.
guys. It's Groza, it's Bob Feller.
Bob Feller.
It's a lot of
Larry Doby.
How do you not have Bob Feller up there?
How you not like? That's why they got it. That to even get on the list, you got to at least have a championship.
It's hard for us because he's before our era.
Yeah, I know, but he was throwing 100.
Yeah.
Or maybe not 100, but he was He's pretty
Jim
good.
Brown was before our
but it's it's Jim Brown, bro.
All right, so obviously Jim Brown and LeBron. Those are the two.
Easy ones. So we have a sliding schedule.
Let's give the candidates for the other two spots. Joe Thomas.
Yes.
Jose Ramirez.
Yes.
Miles
Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
Yes.
Is Nick Chubb a candidate?
No.
As of right now, Kyrie is. I do think
Kyrie's a candidate.
Okay. Dang, that's tough.
Bob Feller, Jim
Bob Feller, Jim Tomey. Luke Rosa. Is Bernie a candidate?
I don't think so.
He falls
You
short.
can throw. Some people will say Paul Warfield. Some people can throw Marion Motley in the mix. But them is you talking about black
Jesse
and white
Owens?
days. Jesse, that's kind of crazy.
How do you not have Jesse Owens?
How you not
there?
have Jesse Owens up there? That's wild.
He wasn't
work.
a team sport athlete.
It doesn't matter.
But, he went to
He's
Berlin.
a Cleveland athlete.
Jesse Owens a lock.
Hey, he's
Then Jesse Owens then he's a lock too if we're including individual athletes.
Anytime you go to Berlin,
And then you got to put Steve Miocic as in the list if we're doing individual.
you pull up in
Guy was champion.
You pull up in the Eastern European country in the 40s, and you black. You
I say
automatically got to put on.
just team sports. Let's just do team sports.
All right.
Just team sports.
All right. Yeah. I actually
So for our other two spots, we have the candidates from the Guardians. We have Bob Feller, Jim Tomey, Jose Ramirez. Anybody else from baseball we want to put in there?
You ain't like Larry Doby?
I was gonna say there's a lot of Hall of Famers from the.
Yeah. But let's go with those three for baseball.
I mean, Earl Averill, Larry Dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, but we'll take those three guys.
All right.
For football, we're gonna have Miles Garrett and Joe Thomas as possibilities.
Are you going to just say this is a current list? You're going to do a current list?
I mean, you want to?
I'm going to do current. I don't want to include the old people.
because we got Jim Brown in there.
Well, he's the most recognizable football player ever. So
and then for basketball, say Kyrie Irving. I mean, is there anybody else that we'd consider?
I mean, you can consider Donovan, but he's
All
not
right.
there yet.
Between Kyrie,
I'm thinking 70s, 80s Cavs. There's really
you can't compare.
No, they were really Doherty, Nance, Price, like those guys were really good players. But
Anthony Bennett.
Stop you.
All right,
now
so
if I will say, if Donovan re-ups again, he's adding a lot of. I mean, he didn't say. I think half the reason we don't say Donovan because first of all, you wasn't drafted here. You get a bonus and bump if you drafted. Second of all, you haven't been here that many years, right?
Yeah.
So if he don't win a championship, it's going to be hard for him to get on the list.
Yeah.
But if he does sign up again and he plays the longevity role, which I don't think he will do because I think he wants to win today and urgently. But if he stays here after a certain period of time, then maybe, right?
If he's got to play here longer and or win a championship.
Yes.
If one of those things doesn't happen, he will not get on there.
No.
To me, the last two spots, if I have to pick right now, would go to Miles Garrett and Jose Ramirez.
I would be fine with that.
There's a lot of recency bias in that.
There is recency bias.
It's like a whole
that
hour
is true.
ago.
But ultimately, I decided I'm not taking. And Kyrie's a strong candidate. He would be my next guy for basketball ahead of Donovan. I took Miles Garrett ahead of Joe Thomas, but that's really a toss-up. And then for baseball, even though Bob Feller's a Hall of Famer and Tomey's a Hall of Famer, and Bob Feller did play his whole career in Cleveland, Tomey didn't, so that lowers him a little bit.
I mean, Lou Boudreau won a championship.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like in baseball, one player has nothing to do with a champ. Can't control that.
But I think I heard somebody rattle this off. Isn't Jose going? If he continues to play well, won't he have every single record?
Pretty much.
Stolen base, hits.
Pretty much. He'll be number one in almost every statistical
How could you not put him on there?
I think Jose's got to be on there, and he's going to play his whole career here.
He has to be on there.
I mean, baseball players, even on big market teams, almost never play their whole career in one spot.
Yeah.
Like Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera are
Can
the exceptions.
you imagine trying to do a Yankees Mount Rushmore?
Oh, no.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
I don't think it's impossible at all.
I think it's super impossible.
It's easy.
How is it easy?
It's Ruth, Gehrig, Mantle, and DiMaggio. That's it. Who else is in there?
Jeter, Mariano.
Are you serious?
They've had a lot of.
I'm just naming.
Okay,
two
but
guys
wait a
you feel
minute.
he's
How are
making
you
a case for.
discounting all of the Indians players from that era, but you automatically
them
put all
ones.
the Yankees players of that era?
Well, I'm not discounting them.
Put him in a pretzel. Holy crap!
You didn't put me in a pretzel at all.
Drop the
I'm not
people's
discounting any of them, Jason. But in my opinion, Jose Ramirez is the greatest Indian/Guardian of all time.
Who is Mr. Yankee?
Derek Jeter.
No, I mean now more. Derek Jeter.
No one says Babe Ruth
is nowhere in the discussion. He's nowhere close to any of those four players.
Overrated as a player.
Jeter is a little bit overrated.
He is, but in terms of
Jeter is not overrated. He's overrated to people that don't like the Yankees. Now, I don't like the Yankees, but I understand. But he was the leader of that great team, and he deserves credit.
How many championships did he win?
They won 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Yankee lore, I believe Derek Jeter, to some people, would put him.
No, Jeter has 4 titles.
There is zero. Four. Sorry. There's no argument that Derek Jeter is better than any of the 4 guys I mentioned.
So who you got?
It's Ruth, Gehrig, Mantle, and DiMaggio. It's not even close.
How do you not have Mariano?
Because he's a closer, Mike.
The best closer.
You're
in the
talking
history
about
of baseball.
Mike. You're talking about 4 of the greatest baseball players in the history of the sport.
I think that Mariano is the greatest closer who
He's
ever
a closer.
Lived.
These guys played every day.
In the 30s and 20s and 10s, where they were eating hot dogs and smoking.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
Well, it's amusing to me that you discount all of the old guys because anything before black players are allowed to play, it doesn't count.
Except
for the Yankees.
We're going to take all of them. That I'm discounting them. I'm not. I'm just
Jeter got how many?
I'm counting Jose Ramirez more.
Hold on. Jeter got 5 rings, bro. You can't even do that, bro. He got 5 rings.
Oh, he won that other one, later in his career.
You said 3. You were off by 2.
5.
All right, I was off.
Does he have more than
whatever?
All of those
I got to remember all his rings.
You're from New York.
Discount him. Don't discount him properly.
You are the New York historian.
Did I tell you,
Jason?
Guys?
This is an unfair comparison. You didn't ask me. If you asked me for the Indians/Guardians Mount Rushmore, then Bob Feller would be on it.
No. My point is,
but you compared it to the Yankees.
No. You always say you discount the old timers.
I do. Yes, you're right.
Because the black players were not allowed to play with them.
You're right.
You do.
So now the first thing is the Yankees. You've just thrown out all of the modern guys, and you're sticking with all the older generation.
Well,
guys.
Well, Mantle played in the era.
So
not Gehrig.
So
no, not Gehrig.
So here's what the Yankees are doing because I checked it out and like you go along with the consensus. Most say Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Mantle. However, you leave it to Yankees Reddit. Yankees Reddit said we need to have 2 Mount Rushmores. They got the second Mount Rushmore is Yogi, Jeter, Rivera, and Whitey.
Yogi, Jeter, Rivera, and Whitey. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But Whitey and Yogi played back in the day too. They played the same time as Mantle.
I mean, you're right. So I mean, that means there's a super bias for the Yankees, and that means y'all was cheating back then too. How you got
y'all? I hate the Yankees.
Y'all was how you got every player, all of them.
It's unbelievable.
If I had to do just an Indians/Guardians Mount Rushmore, it would be Jose, Bob Feller, Tomey.
You got to put Larry Doby in there.
And then who's the 4th guy?
Yeah, you have to put Larry Doby.
You have to.
I guess Larry Doby.
You have to.
Yeah, it's just it has to be. Like I don't. You got to listen. The only person who's getting him out of here is you can still have to put him in here. Still have to put him in there.
And then what's the second Mount Rushmore for the Guardians would be. Now from those '90s teams,
Mount Rushless.
Yeah.
Do you want to put between? I would put Lofton ahead of Vizquel.
Oh, for sure.
I would put Lofton ahead of Manny.
I don't know. That's a hard one.
I think Lofton.
I don't hold steroids against Manny as much as everybody else does.
To me, Lofton is the most underrated player of that group.
I agree, but I think Manny was great. One of the best pure hitters I've ever seen.
But Lofton played more years here than Manny.
Yes.
To be
Albert CeCe get in the mix.
To me, Albert Bell changed the soul of the Indians. Like he was like,
I don't think he was here long enough.
But when Albert was cooking, like when you heard
Lajoie.
I thought you said Napoli. I thought you was gonna say Mike Napoli. You gonna put him in there? All right.
I got the chance to hang out with Napoli at a charity softball game once. That was real fun.
Yeah,
it was cool.
The best hitters of all time. We should go with the Mount Rushmore steroids.
Mount Rushmore. McGuire, Sosa, Bonds.
A-Rod.
Just hitters?
Paul Merrill.
A-Rod.
A-Rod.
Above Paul Merrill and Manny.
But you got to put Canseco on there because he blew the cover on everything. I got Canseco was the poster child.
Mount Rushmore of Cavs would be Kyrie, LeBron, Mark Price, and Donovan.
Donovan's on there now.
No, I wouldn't put Price over Kevin Love.
What?
What you mean?
I would put Mark on there because
Come on, you got to put Price over Kevin Love.
I mean, Kevin Love, bro. Like Kevin Love was nice.
Not here. He wasn't. He wasn't. Mark Price was a better player in Cleveland than Kevin Love was.
I saw a white dude.
Yeah.
Move his feet for 55 seconds in eternity and lock up Steph Curry.
I hear you.
I do,
but I can't put. So you're putting him in over Mark Price.
I don't know how he did that.
he doesn't know how he did that.
Bro,
He said he blacked out.
Steph Curry hit him with everything in his tool bag.
Yeah.
And he was still, no, I got you. And I said, bro, this, and then when it missed, they won, I said, this is the greatest, I've never seen this in my life.
Price or Love?
I got you, Kevin. Shout out to Kevin Love.
My initial knee-jerk reaction is Mark, because Kevin was not allowed to display his full tool set when he was here.
He was a good player in Cleveland.
He filled a necessary role that did not allow him to do everything that he was capable of doing.
Would the Cavs have won a championship without Kevin Love?
I believe they could have.
No.
Now, you've said for years, we've argued this where you said they would have won without him.
I believe they would have, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, wait a minute, yeah. No, I don't think they would.
No.
Oh.
I don't believe it.
Now, remember, they would have had another player.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Our next topic involves protecting certain Cavs players, which we kind of just did there, but in a totally different aspect.
Yeah.
I think we just
added
two new topics.
I like it. I thought that was
We did. No, that was good. I like the
did.
Mount Rushmore season, guys. We're going to talk about a little NBA expansion that's brought to us by Mally's. All you need is love and chocolate this Valentine's Day. Be ready to say those three little words. I got the Mally's. From friendship to love to every situationship in between, Mally's has the perfect chocolate to say what you feel. Their famous chocolate-covered strawberries and grapes are back in stores on February 13th and 14th, and the rest of their Valentine's Day favorites like Gold Cup assortments, foiled wrapped solid milk and dark chocolate hearts, peanut butter, caramel, raspberry, and marshmallow-filled hearts, and so much more. They're all in stores and online now this Valentine's Day. Say it with Mally's. All right, guys, the NBA, according to reports, is considering expansion.
Why?
Possibly going from 30 teams to
Money.
32 teams.
Do we
Steve,
need
you'll
two
take
more
this
teams?
full whenever you want. The two projected cities that would get teams, Vegas and Seattle.
Seattle should definitely have a team.
Yes.
We can argue, is expansion necessary or not? We'll do that in the back half of this
There
conversation.
should definitely be a team in Seattle, but they should take it from somewhere else.
We could do that on,
but whatever.
we can do that on the back half.
Who cares? Go ahead.
The main point of this is if expansion were to happen,
Yeah.
there'd be an expansion draft, which means the Cavs could protect up to 8 players on their current roster
Yeah.
that would not be eligible to be selected by one of the two teams or both of the teams in the
All right. So
expansion
you got
draft.
you got a thing of the roster. You going to bring up the whole roster or no?
I assumed you guys knew the roster, so we could run through
It'd be
it.
nice to look at it, but since you were
would you
slacking
like to-
today,
we could build
all right.
it
So
If you would have prepared for the show, you'd already have it.
Yeah.
no, I am prepared, but I think it would be helpful to have the
So
thing in
we
front of
could
us.
protect 8. That's the number.
All right. So,
And we're doing this real quick so everyone's on the same page?
Yeah.
As if the draft was right now.
but what else would we be doing it?
Well, in 2 years when expansion happens.
No,
not
we're doing it as right now.
It is if it was right now.
All right. So
After the season or today?
today, right
Today,
now,
yeah, we'll do it today.
right now, today. So you'd keep Mobley, Tyson, Harden, at Jared Allen is 4, right?
Yeah. Did you mention
Donovan?
Donovan?
Donovan, that's 5. Okay, now I was trying to think of the starting lineup. That's who I left out. So the starting lineup is 5 when everybody's healthy. Okay, now who are our options on the bench? We've got Sam Merrill,
Schroeder,
Schroeder,
Porter Jr.,
Keon
Proctor,
Clark.
Nance.
Ellis, Nance,
Come on,
Tomlin,
why would you even mention Nance?
Wade,
Who's keeping
Bryant.
Nance?
I'm just naming all the players possible.
Don't name them all. I mean, what are you doing here?
This is actually
There you go.
very obvious. This
Yeah.
is very obvious.
See, I think you guys are looking at this all. Jason may be looking at this right, but you and G
Yeah.
are looking at this wrong if you think it's obvious. G, who would you do?
First of all, how much Nance is getting? He's getting assimilated.
I don't even know why Mike mentioned
He's
him.
getting assimilated. What else? Who we got?
All right, so who are the other 3 we're keeping? Contracts,
So
you get the contracts out of there?
The 5 that everybody can agree on: Donovan, Harden,
Yeah.
Tyson, Mobley, and Allen. Right.
Right.
Yes, yes.
We're keeping Sam Merrill, right?
Sam Merrill is automatically on the list.
He's on my list.
Yeah, Sam
That's
Merrill.
6. And who's a guy? Is there a guy we like, but he's got a bad contract?
It was Lonzo Ball. He gone.
Well, no, we didn't like him. But I'm saying because you can keep a guy with a bad contract,
Why would you keep a guy with a bad contract?
No, you could leave him available because the team probably wouldn't pick him up or whatever. Anyway,
there is a
strategy
to this.
So who are the 3 bench guys you keeping? Sam Merrill.
I'm curious to see who you guys say. I'll go last.
Are you keeping
and Mike?
the kid? Who's the kid they just drafted?
Agree on this.
What's his name again?
Tyrese Proctor.
Proctor. We're going to keep Proctor. I mean, he's a rookie. I'd keep him. And then, all right. So the other options are White Wolf can go.
You got Schroeder, Ellis.
The vanilla wolf.
Yeah, Schroeder, Ellis,
Tomlin.
Oh, Tomlin. I like Tomlin, but he's whatever.
I'm keeping Tomlin.
Thomas Bryant.
I actually like Thomas Bryant.
Here's
too.
the rest of the names that you got. So
yeah,
Thomas Bryant.
Yeah.
Craig Porter Jr., Larry Nance, Naquan Tomlin, Dean Wade, Schroeder, Max Strus. And did I say
Ellis.
Proctor? And Proctor and Keon Ellis.
Oh, so here, yeah.
I'd keep Schroeder, Ellis, and Sam Merrill.
You already as your other 3?
Yeah.
Schroeder, Ellis, and Merrill.
And Merrill, yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'd let Proctor go, even though
this is coming up after this year.
No, right now. You're doing it right now.
So they got
it today.
Okay.
Expansion draft is today.
So I'm gonna keep Sam Merrill. I'm keeping. I gotta keep Bryant too.
Bryant.
I need a big, bro. You see our bigs is
They're
fragile.
not going to take everybody. Then nobody's going to take Bryant. We can leave him out there.
I'm just saying, like, I got to have a big. And Max Strus, I got to keep him, right?
All right, I'm not. Oh, so you're keeping Strus, Merrill, and Bryant. I'm keeping Schroeder, Ellis, and Merrill.
No. Let me go back and let me think. Let me think. I'm gonna come with. I'm keeping Schroeder. I'm keeping Strus, and I'm keeping Merrill.
All right, so we're keeping the same guy. He's keeping Strus. And I'm keeping Ellis. That's the only difference. Go ahead, Jason.
I'm keeping Merrill, but I'm keeping Proctor and Ellis. So let the rest of them go.
Proctor. I was thinking about Proctor. So you're keeping Proctor instead of Schroeder.
You will lose Proctor. You will lose him.
Okay, instead of Schroeder.
You're not going to lose. You probably won't lose Dennis Schroeder.
I was considering that because he's a rookie in this room.
And if you do lose Dennis Schroeder,
you lose him.
For what he's making,
yeah, that's fine.
It's not that big of a loss. And Strus is hurt. He has no value right now because he's hurt.
Nobody would take him.
And if again, like some of these teams are, you put your high dollar guys out there, you want them to get taken. It's not here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get that money off our books. We just talked about optionality and flexibility and all that. But Mike and I haven't talked about this. I am 100% keeping Proctor. Like that's.
So Merrill, all right, you're only one difference than me.
You were close. You and I were close.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Go ahead, Mike.
So Merrill's a lock.
Yeah.
And I think the next 2 are really tough. To me, Tomlin's a lock too.
I had him.
Shoot. He can't.
I had him. I just like. I like he's a.
But you didn't have him.
I like him, but
I'm not keeping Tomlin because he can't shoot.
There's something
like his
about
game.
Tomlin.
And
I do believe you can become a better three-point shooter. I don't think he'll ever be a sniper, but I do believe he can be a better three-point shooter. And the way he plays, the energy of which he plays, the way he can change a game just by the intent. He would be snapped up in a heartbeat. There's no way he's not getting picked up by one.
Correct. I agree with that. You will lose him.
I need him in that locker room.
All right.
And it goes down to Proctor versus Ellis for me. And I haven't seen enough of Keon Ellis other than I know the fact he's a dog defensively just because that's what you see in the highlights from Sacramento. To have like a definitive, I'm 100% certain this is the right decision. But I love what I've seen from Proctor. And I know there's not a ton of minutes on this version of the Cavs because of all the veterans ahead of him. But everyone you talk to in that organization sings this dude's praises to the highest extent. And as good as
would they not sing? Are they going to not sing his praises to you?
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, these are off the record kind of conversations.
Off the record, all right.
These guys think Proctor can play, and it's just a matter of we don't have the minutes for him at this level.
They did a really nice job with getting him.
All right.
So I think I would keep Proctor, Tomlin, and Merrill and pray.
Mike's taking Tomlin over Ellis.
Ellis, you're losing multiple guys probably. Like whoever, all these names that we're talking about, you're losing whoever you leave.
Is anybody taking the White Wolf?
The Vanilla Wolf.
I mean, they're not losing that many, Jason. There's only, you're talking about 30 players for the entire league getting drafted. That's it.
Yeah, but if you protect 8 off every team, some teams, I mean, there's going to be good players exposed.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, you're not keeping them all. If you leave between Tomlin, Ellis, Proctor.
Yeah, 2 of those 3 got to be, 2 of those.
Schroeder's getting picked up too.
Yeah.
Schroeder's getting picked up. Even though his contract's a little high.
Are you sure Naquan Tomlin is one of the 30 best non-top 8 players in the league?
He's making $2 million
He's
next
free,
year.
he's free money.
I guess that factors
He's free
in,
money, and he reminds me of what Kenneth Reed used to do. Like, Kenneth Reed is a much better rebounder. He's a little bigger. But the energy, a guy like that can't come in a small spurt. But offers a rebound, a dunk, a putback, change the complexion of a game if you are a good team.
All right, I'm going to flip-flop. I'll put Proctor instead of Schroeder.
So
I like Proctor,
keeping
too.
Merrill,
I'll
Proctor,
keep the same as you.
Merrill, Proctor, and Ellis.
But I'm keeping Ellis over Tomlin.
I like Tomlin. I really like him. He's great.
Yeah.
He can't shoot. I can't.
Right.
You can't protect a guy
Right.
in this league.
So
in this
you
era
think
that
Schroeder, Tomlin, and either Ellis or and Ellis.
Proctor is like my 6th guy, honestly, over Merrill because of the contract. Proctor and Merrill 6'7", and then 8th would be
either Tomlin, or Ellis.
And I would take Ellis.
Yeah.
Even though he's about to get paid.
So, and who do you think would get picked up? You think Schroeder would get picked up?
I think a team, just based off the caliber of player Schroeder is and the position that you need.
Remember, you have 210 players becoming available, and only 30 are being drafted.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 of the Cavs would be picked up. Yeah, Cavs are one of the deeper teams in back. Like Proctor plays on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
They just have 11 guys when healthy that can
All right, there we go. That was a fun exercise.
Do you think, real quick? Do you think Strus would get scooped up here, Jason?
No.
He might.
Next year's the last year of his deal. 16 mil. I don't.
I think yes. I think he would get picked up because he's free.
So you think out of 30 players, 4 from the Cavs, huh?
Well, but with Strus, if he's healthy next year, you can trade him as an expiring contract because obviously if you're an expansion team, you're not winning.
Yeah, you're right.
But you pick him up now, and then you can get value for him at the trade deadline next year as an expiring contract. And he's a veteran who's good in your locker room and that sort of thing. So, yeah I think he would get picked up.
Yeah. Okay. I kept him.
I think Tomlin would get plucked. I think Strus would get plucked.
Ellis would definitely get plucked if he's out there.
Yeah.
But you have to pay, like, Ellis is in line for a 3-year, $52 million extension this summer. I don't know enough about Keon Ellis yet, and I just see how his offensive
that's not a lot of money in the NBA, is it?
For a team up against a second apron, like, listen, he may be worth every penny of it. I just haven't seen enough of Keon Ellis to tell you confidently, like, I like that amount of money for a player like Keon Ellis.
I'll tell you, I find subjects like this and Mount Rushmore is way more interesting than, like, expectations. What's a successful season for the Browns?
This was actually a good exercise.
These are fun.
If Tomlin could shoot even a little bit more better than what, then he would be on my list. I like him. He's a good player.
You know, surprising. He doesn't. I think I imagine him becoming a better shooter because he does not mind shooting it. Like for a person who can't shoot, like he thinks he
can.
He thinks he's a sniper.
If this were the 1980s, you'd keep him over Sam Merrill.
Probably yes.
But I mean, Sam Merrill has Steph Curry capabilities.
I mean, let's not get crazy. What do you have in mind?
I don't.
Sam Merrill can't tie his shoes.
10 threes, bro. He's hitting 10 threes. That's wild work, bro.
Hey.
That's in a game.
Don't you dare disrespect Sam Merrill like that.
Sam Merrill is a sniper, bro, at the highest level.
So it's okay for him to insult Steph Curry? You're going to put Sam Merrill in the same sentence as Steph Curry?
Hey, watch this. Watch this.
Curry, period.
Hey, can Steph Curry hit 9 threes in a game?
Yes.
So can Sam Merrill. That was
How about
cold.
this?
How many times can Steph Curry make 9 threes
now
in a game?
there's levels to this thing.
And how many times can Sam Merrill make 9 threes in a game?
Steph can roll out of bed with slippers on and knock 100 in a row.
Jeans.
Yeah, right. And Ugg boots.
I got a stat. Hold on one second.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Sam Merrill, bro.
Mike's Cavs propaganda.
Sam Merrill is the only person in the world that, besides him and the N1 mixtape dudes, they just basically said, "Oh, baby, Sam Merrill, my godson," and stopped the game.
It was funny with Sam. And
there was no timeout.
You could actually say this about Steph, too. Mike was laughing the other night after the game because Sam's in the locker room. Looks like he's leaving to go play 18.
I got one better. Sam was at the Charger game last night with his family. He's got a wife and two little daughters. He looked even more ready to play golf. He looked like he was ready to play 18 during halftime. It was, and Strus was there last night, and Proctor was there last night.
Why were
Tyson
they all there? Just nothing else to do?
All-Star Weekend. They want to support the Charge.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was cool. A couple of Cavs coaches were there yesterday.
He definitely had an Under Armour polo on. He definitely had.
Listen, and Sam's my guy. I like Sam. Talked to him yesterday. If he walked past you, you'd have no idea he's a professional basketball player.
I mean,
just
he's tall, though.
Just a tall white dude. He looks as incredibly normal, and I mean this is a compliment, like as incredibly normal of a guy as you've ever seen in your entire life.
I don't know if it's a compliment. I'd say it's a
but I
neutral
don't mean it's a
observation.
bad thing. But he blends in with the crowd.
Well, guess what? Steph Curry don't look like no NBA player either.
No,
At
he
all.
doesn't.
But now his face is like, it's Steph.
I'll never forget the time that Shaq came in studio with Dustin and I. And as you guys know, we sit in these like high chairs, right? And I was standing for the interview and Shaq was sitting and we were the same height.
And then he stood up. And then you were.
And it was just wild.
It was
so wild.
You're like, there's a human being that big.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We got the same organs and everything.
It is crazy.
And he's just that big.
Yeah. Insane.
I found the stat I was looking for.
There it is.
Here we go.
Sam Merrill had 9 threes on 90% shooting from beyond the arc in that game. Steph Curry's never had a game with 9 or more threes where he shot 90% or better from beyond.
That was like
clearly Sam Merrill's better.
That was like
rarefied air.
A G. Bush Shador against the Titans stat right there.
Yeah, man. No, I got all kind of. That's not even. That's the lightest.
It was the greatest game of all time.
It was the greatest game that was done in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
In a 1 o'clock window.
Yeah.
With a rookie quarterback that was drafted after the 3rd round.
Yes.
I would argue it was the greatest shooting performance in the history of the NBA by a white guy named Sam 2 days in a top 75 all-time players home debut with his new team against the tanking team wearing gold uniforms ever.
I mean, who could argue with that?
Ever.
Hey, and he's
That's too many different categories.
He's the first.
Even think if it's possible.
He's the first
game ever.
He's the first white dude to ever have a game be stopped from a non-dunk. Usually when you get a dunk or you get crossed up and people come out the stands like, oh my gosh. He made people stop the game and they said, hold on, did anybody call a timeout?
Gee, I asked Jalen Tyson after the game, what if Sam dunked? Because he had a fast break where he ended up dribbling out.
Yeah.
I said, what would have happened if Sam dunked? And Jalen was on his phone, put his phone down and said, I would have left. Just would have walked out. Just would have walked out. That's the one thing.
How tall is he?
He's 6'4".
He can't dunk?
He better.
He says he can. His teammates don't believe him.
I mean, Dustin can dunk, and he's 5'11".
At that point,
he played in the NBA.
Let me show you me show you how, as white people get older, they become more secluded.
Yeah.
So he could probably dunk, but it's a faux pas for a white dude. Like he's like, I'm a guard. I don't do that.
Really?
I'm gonna finger roll and lay the ball up. Just same way he probably could have a Lamborghini, right?
Yeah.
He has a Ford pickup. He does not.
Does Sam have a Ford pickup?
There is no. Listen,
I don't know what kind of car.
There are very few guys. Listen, even if the guys are super rich, there's a level of car at which you refuse to go above because it's kind of cheesy.
Should you be driving a pickup if you're living in Cleveland, in the city?
He does not have.
Even in the suburbs. Like if you're in the country, all right.
Put it to you like this.
I want a pickup.
Who else?
Really?
Yes.
Ty Jerome.
I always say I'm going to buy one, and then I never do.
They don't have foreign cars. They're not getting like no foreign car. Like they may have an Audi or a BMW or Mercedes, and that's even kind of.
Yeah, but a Subaru is a foreign car.
No, you know what foreign I'm talking about.
You mean like a fancy foreign car?
Yes, like there's a like you can't like even if you had it, you can't get that off because when you drive it around, your other white friends look at you like.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
You got the Maserati.
What are you talking about? You saying Luka can't get that off? Or because he's European, it's different?
He's different. He's where the
what's his name? The rookie
who?
On the Mavs. What's his name?
Cooper Flagg.
Cooper Flagg get that off.
He ain't got no foreign.
He can't get that off? Could Larry Bird have gotten that off?
He's not getting a foreign. No.
Larry Bird and a Maserati? No.
He's from French Lick, Indiana. What do you
He's
mean?
definitely driving an old pickup.
The old pickup, bro. What do you mean? Like Drake May drives a pickup.
Could Yao Ming have gotten that off?
Absolutely not.
Yao Ming can't.
First of all, he can't fit in them.
Yeah.
And second of all, the government is like, no, Yao, that's not what we
Jeremy
do.
Lin. What about Jeremy Lin? Could he have
No. He is the community do not like that.
Oh, I got one for you.
Find me one.
What's his name? Who was that?
How do you say I got one for you then not know the
Because
name?
I just forgot his name. What's his name? The white guy who was the great point guard. He had all the crazy moves.
Jason Williams.
Jason Williams. He could get that off. You got to give me Jason Williams.
Jason Williams played
Randy
basketball
Moss.
with Randy Moss
Yes,
in
he ran it off.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
He's not getting it off.
I thought he was getting that off. Even Randy Moss can't get that off.
Randy Moss
And he's
don't.
black.
Randy Moss don't do that.
Damn.
All right, well, we're going to stick on basketball because
See?
we've led into the conversation that I've been waiting for.
Okay.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help us get to 100,000 subscribers this year. Hitting the like button costs $0.00. Same with subscribing. Also, follow us on our social media
Mike,
channels.
I think you're hitting on the 100,000 subscribers too soon. Like we're too far away from 100,000.
I'm just trying
you're
to
Like you're gonna have to be hyping that for like 8 months.
You're
I'm just trying to
never
fill some
too
time
early.
here. So make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow us.
Help
on
us get to
social media.
85,000.
Well, it feels like a weird number. We want 100K. That's the end of the year goal.
Right, that's
guys, the All-Star game and the All-Star weekend is here. Jalen Tyson's
Lord.
playing in the Rising Stars Challenge
part of this.
tonight. On Sunday is the actual All-Star game. Donovan's in the three-point contest on Saturday. And the All-Star game is a bit of a confusing format. It takes longer than a sentence to explain it to people, so I'm not going to try. Instead, we're going to react to a clip from the Bill Simmons podcast. Bill Simmons had Nick Wright on, and Nick Wright proposed a way that he thinks could fix the NBA All-Star game. And after talking to some people, they agree. This is what Nick Wright thinks could fix the All-Star game. Take it.
How would you fix the game on Sunday?
Well,
is it fixable? Because I don't think it is.
It's fixable in 4 years if your guy Con Knippel continues on this trajectory. And we just have to say, you know what? PC headlines be damned.
I know where you're going.
White guys versus black guys. Luka, Joker, Flag, Reeves, Knippel against Wimby, whomever. And I'm telling you right now, guys would play hard. Like that, there would be a real edge to
It
the
certainly
game.
would get a lot of talking points going.
Get a lot of attention, and we are getting close to a place where it'd be like, oh, that'd be a good game. Like there hasn't been a moment in the NBA in the last 50 years where if that ended up just by chance being the game, it would be you could see either team winning. But right now, like Cooper Flag and Con Knippel and Austin Reeves doing a lot of work
there. Yeah.
Right. But they also get all the Eastern Europeans. Like you get Luka, you get Joker, you have real talent. That's something. In the meantime, I don't know what the hell you do.
Well, what say you?
What say me? I mean, it's a fun idea. I think it would cause. We saw what the Super Bowl show, which shouldn't have been controversial, caused.
Man,
20% of the country took their ball, went home, and did lip syncing. So obviously, it would not be a close game. I don't think
It's fun to like laugh.
It's a fun
about.
idea. Yeah.
I think it would be a horrible idea.
Yeah, it's a bad idea
Because the game would be guys would play hard. It'd be competitive. It would be so toxic and divisive for us as a society.
It's fun for us to joke about.
Yes, it's not fun in real life.
No, you're right.
You know the great part about it is basketball is a street game. You know what I'm saying? That game, if you telling me, you put these dudes at Rucker Park, and you give me 10 of the best white dudes, give me 10 of the best black dudes, and we're gonna do it in Harlem and Rucker Park. And put it or in some gym. Go watch these dudes go back at it for Team USA, right? I'm telling you, these dudes would go hard. It would be trash talking.
Oh, why don't we give it a
chance?
chance? Like this year, they're playing Americans versus Europeans, or Americans versus non-Americans.
None of them care. That's the issue.
Well, how do you know they won't?
We'll find out. But
I think the non-Europeans are going to play hard. So that's going to force the Americans to play hard.
Man, that game, if you had a camera in there, if you just said, you rolled the ball out and say, yeah, we going black dudes versus white dudes, and you roll the ball out and can film that,
Gee, I built the teams.
The foreign players versus American players, that's putting all our racists in a tough spot because the American players are all going to be black and most of the foreign players are going to be white, and that's putting a real tough spot for the racists out there.
I built the teams.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to hear in this hypothetical world of
go ahead.
Team White. Starters. Luke is your point guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Austin Reeves your shooting guard.
Okay.
You got Cooper Flagg at the 3.
Okay.
Chet Holmgren at the 4 and Jokic at the 5. With your bench including Franz Wagner, Lauri Markkanen, Denny Advia, Şengün, Zubac, Alex Caruso, and Con Knippel.
You got quite a steep drop there after about 6.
Denny Advia, I could argue is not white, but okay, go ahead.
You better not have no injuries on that team.
And so who you got? Where was Team Black?
On the black team.
Yeah.
Team Black. Steph Curry, Ant Edwards, SGA, Giannis, and Wemby as your starting 5.
That's a landslide.
That's 30-point game.
Landslide.
With a bench of Donovan, Cade Cunningham, Kawhi, Tyrese Maxey, Durant, and LeBron.
I'm sorry.
That's not even
close. I lied to y'all.
They'll play hard, but
that's not even close.
That
would not be a game.
Yeah,
If they played 10 times, I think it's 8-2.
I think it's 10-0.
No.
If Team White caught fire from 3,
you're out of your mind. Look at that. Look at the starting forwards,
not 10-0.
especially at forward.
It's not 10-0.
Jokic is the best player in the world.
No, but I'm looking at him as a center. I meant the 3 and the 4.
Yeah, Giannis and SGA is certainly better than a combination of Franz Wagner and Chet Holmgren.
I mean, come on.
Or Lauri Markkanen and Chet Holmgren.
When you look at this, that game is too tough. Like, you got Wemby, and that's cheating. I think it's a better look if you just say, all right, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do, if you did world versus world.
Right, that's what they're doing.
World, but they need to have 2 teams. Like, they should just have 2 teams. And then the world team, literally, I think the world team could literally beat Team USA. Because you would have Wemby. You got
Wemby,
Luka,
Giannis, Luka,
SGA,
and
Jokic. That's stupid.
The 5 best players are that's going to happen here.
And
The
Giannis.
best players in the world, they're international.
So
I included Giannis. It's the 5 best players.
That's a tough one. You got dudes coming off the bench.
But
you still got marketing.
You think the white team would win twice out of 10?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You guys
Listen, look at the NBA
Look at the
now.
bench. Not one player on the bench on the white team could even make the other team.
Yeah, I think the bench
That's not
points.
necessarily true.
It's not?
The bench points is tough.
Who's the best player on the white guy bench?
This year, just in general.
Whatever. However you want to answer that question.
I mean, Şengün's a monster. He's an All-NBA guy. Advia has been he's an All-Star this year.
Are those guys making the black team?
Şengün for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the worst guy on the black team's bench?
Can I say this without people getting mad?
LeBron?
You're putting Şengün over LeBron on an all-star team.
No.
Right now,
Right
he's a
now,
better player
today?
than LeBron, yes.
Hey, I love LeBron.
Yeah. You guys are out of your mind.
No, we're not. I love LeBron. Yeah.
We're not doing
LeBron has made me a lot of money in my career.
Yeah.
He ain't the LeBron of 10 years ago.
No kidding.
Hey.
I'm still taking him over Şengün.
Hey, LeBron
who's had one good year.
LeBron going to be on my team. I don't care if he's 56.
Where is Şengün from?
Turkey.
He's that's Şengün and Avia are Middle Eastern. I don't know. That's not really white or
we're
black.
taking them.
Team World. We keeping them. I think bro. I think here's what gets you is the Wemby thing is crazy. Like, can you imagine Wemby? Like, Wemby is down there, just patrolling. These dudes don't even have to play like that. You see what I'm saying? Can you imagine him blocking balls and just getting in and blocking shots and getting and you throwing the ball to Steph Curry outlet? You saw how this worked in the Olympics, right? You saw how this really worked. They may win one game. They got Luka.
You think they'd win 10 in a row?
Yes.
Come on.
No.
If they wanted to,
Come on.
If they were playing hard?
No.
It's hard to sweep a team in a series. In a 7-game series, it's hard to win 4.
You think they're going to win 10?
I'll split the baby with you and go 9 out of 10. I'll give them 1 win.
I
I think you can get 2.
This is like, man, this is the Dawson versus Zangief matchup in Street Fighter. It's a 7-3 matchup.
This is like arguing if the Browns are 32nd or 31st. They can win too. I'm telling you.
Could the Browns beat Indiana?
What, Hoosiers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I'm joking.
On, yeah, that was. Hey, man,
we've had that argument before.
Myles Garrett would have.
Would Mount Union beat the worst Division I team? Yes, right?
No.
No chance.
Had no clue. Had no opportunity.
I don't know.
I mean, the levels like you. If
the worst team,
Mount Union defensive ends are like 5'10", 220,
212,
like
226.
Yeah.
If you're playing at the worst Division I team, are you that much bigger than that?
Yes. I mean,
I don't know about that.
It's like saying Mount Union.
Yeah.
Would get destroyed by Kent State.
Yes.
Or after
Kent State the worst team?
Usually they're around.
I'm saying the absolute worst. Not just a bad team, the worst team.
I mean, New Mexico State.
You may be right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the best D3 team could be competitive, but maybe I'm crazy.
I mean, James Madison wasn't that good.
So what's the worst team in Division I?
I don't know.
Do they have that many more? Like
I can look it up. CBS has a ranking of every.
Mount Union's had 4 or 5 pros, haven't they?
Yeah, but
that
has to.
Well, but how many has the worst team in college football had?
I mean, the worst teams in college football have guys that go and transfer to Alabama and play.
Not the worst team. I'm saying the absolute last team, not bad teams. The worst.
Oh, who's the worst?
Who was the worst team this past year, Mike?
According to CBS Sports, which literally does a ranking 1 through 136.
Yeah.
All right, I got to admit.
Yeah.
Mount Union's line's bigger than I thought they were.
I told you.
I'm looking up their roster now.
We had at Brockport, and we were a good D3.
I'm
looking up 300-pound.
I'm not going to name names.
The worst team this year was UMass, who went 0-12.
Here's Mount Union defensive. I don't know if these guys are any good.
Yeah.
Defensive line 6'1", 230. Offensive line 6'5", 295.
It's huge.
Offensive line 6'4", 263. It's bigger than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Defensive line 6'2", 220. Defensive line 6 foot 270. So they're offensive line 5'8", 280. I would
that guy. If you had
6'4",
to say
240.
If you had to say
the line determines these
more
games.
Likely.
Well, so as comparison,
go ahead.
I have the UMass O-line here.
Yeah.
I don't know starters. I'm just going to read you the sizes.
Yeah.
6'3", 295, 6'4", 295, 6'5", 305, 6'5", 290, 6'3",
it's the same thing.
6'5", 310, 6'3",
Now,
305.
talent level comes into that. You know where it doesn't matter? You know where that can happen is college baseball. D3 beats D1 all the time.
Oh, yeah.
In college baseball.
I would bet you.
90 mile an hour, 97 miles per hour translate.
Yeah.
Mount Union would be more likely to beat UMass than Indiana would to beat the Browns.
No.
Yes.
Mount Union.
No.
I mean, again, I think we're splitting hairs here.
No. Mount
Because
Union.
neither one happened.
No.
You think Indiana University would be more likely to beat the Browns?
No, I would probably agree with
It's the other way around. Neither one of them is winning. They're not winning.
I don't know about that.
Mount Union.
I think Mount Union, and I don't even know if Mount Union was the best team this past year. I don't know if they won the championship.
They haven't.
But
been
whatever. They've been one of the best teams. Whoever the best team was in D3,
listen,
could be University of Wisconsin. Whitewater's usually really good. I bet you they could be competitive with the worst team, UMass.
No,
I bet you.
You know what the difference between Division I and smaller units and even big time and other units?
Yeah.
It's not about your first string guys. It's the fact that they have guys.
Yeah, we're talking about one game. That doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
Mike, how many UMass football players have played in the NFL?
It don't matter. They have waves of people. They have two units. Their defensive lines can rotate. They got guys.
The worst. You think the 0-12 UMass team? Has.
Yes, not even close.
There are currently 3 NFL players from UMass in the NFL.
3 active NFL players.
Active. Elijah Wilkinson.
Yeah.
On the Falcons. Jacoby Keeney-James on the Packers, and Isaiah Rodgers on the Vikings.
All right, how about this? UMass versus a Division III All-Star team. I'm taking the D3
Probably
All-Star
the All-Stars. All right, we got 2 more topics to get to.
Gotcha on that one. You guys still not able to
man.
Before we end today's show, appreciate everyone sticking around, even the new WKYC Plus viewers.
Hello, WKYC Plus people.
3 minutes
we didn't
ago.
introduce them.
Our next topic is
just
brought
walked
to us
into us
by
and said, "What is
Mally's.
going
All
on?"
you need is love, guys, and chocolate this Valentine's Day. Be ready to say the 3 little words everyone wants to hear. I brought Mally's. From friendship to love to every situationship in between, Mally's has the perfect chocolate to say what you feel. Their famous chocolate-covered strawberries and grapes are back in stores February 13th and 14th. And the rest of their Valentine's Day favorites, like Gold Cup assortments, foil-wrapped solid and dark chocolate hearts, peanut butter, caramel, raspberry, and marshmallow-filled hearts, and so much more. They're all in stores and online now. This Valentine's Day, say it with Mally's. All right, we're going to do these last two topics quick. G. Bush, starting with you here. Give me a player you think will thrive in Todd Monken's system, whatever that may be. Give me a player you think will take a step back this year under Todd Monken.
You shouldn't even, why would you even ask me this question? You already know what the first person that I think going to thrive in Todd Monken's system.
Dylan Gabriel?
Nah, but he was right on my, I had him on the list. I kind of took him down, though, but I think Dylan, you know, he might do some things if he's still on the roster. First and foremost, I'm going to go with Isaiah Bond. You didn't expect that one, did you?
Not Shador.
Yeah, hold on. I said two players.
Oh.
Isaiah Bond, first and foremost. We'll get to the easy one. I think Isaiah Bond, for coming in the middle of the season and basically just showing up playing, showed me that he's good at what he does, is run past people very fast. I do think that he will be, a lot of these guys will benefit from the fact that they will actually have a training camp. Isaiah Bond, really no training camp, no offseason. Quinshon Judkins, no training camp, no offseason.
I don't know what his offseason is going to be like because of the injury.
Yes.
But he'll be ready to, you know, so he'll more indoctrinated. And then think about rookies is people got to think about it. Rookies, you tend to just come and get into the system. They got to learn a new system, and then they start playing, and then they look around and start swimming. Like, what is this? And I don't think they expected Isaiah Bond to be playing meaningful snaps, which he did. I think he'll play a lot better just off the reps, and I think that they'll use him better suited in some of the things where, you know, Zay Flowers was moving around. I think they'll use some of that. The second guy, I think Shedeur Sanders will play better in Todd Monken's system. And one of the reasons I think so is because just for the mindset, this is an opportunity. Like, I really think it's a reset point and it's a really fresh start for Shedeur Sanders. And I really think that he got in early and is going to get in early with Todd Monken. He already has a playbook. He's probably already digesting it. And the fact that I believe that he's going to benefit from the competition that he is going to get from a guy like Deshaun Watson, who has something to prove also. I think that he is going to be pushed in the way Todd Monken is going to push him to learn everything inside and out, to encompass the offense, to be able to understand what Todd Monken's vision is. And then also, from right now until the season starts, he goes in with a different mindset. He goes in with the mindset of, I got an opportunity to really snatch this job. I got an opportunity to be the starting quarterback from day one. So I think he'll be lined up. I think he'll be buttoned up. And I actually think that Todd Monken and his system and his scheme, the way he sees the game and the way he goes about implement offense, I think it'll be tailored to some of the strong things he does. I think he'll have a solid start to the season, and we'll see what goes from there. What happens if they sign Malik Willis? That totally changes the mindset of everything.
He's the day one starter if they sign him.
If they sign Malik Willis and they bring him in, it's go to work. If they sign Malik Willis, just the same way, you know, they talk about it with Deshaun Watson. I think people, they look at it from a perspective where these guys is not used to competition. They're not used to going at it. So I look at Malik Willis, and Malik Willis at one point in time was in the same position as these guys. He was at Tennessee. They drafted Will Levis after him. He left somewhere, went somewhere else. He got to a point where now he's been mentioned as one of those guys now. But everybody got something to prove. If they bring Malik Willis in, he got to come and compete. If Deshaun Watson, he got to compete.
I've said consistently, I don't want them to sign Malik Willis. But if they sign Malik Willis and pay him $20 to $30 million a year, he's the starter. I don't think there's a competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
I don't think that's the right way to go.
He would have to be a complete disaster.
He got
training camp.
That's true. It would be his job to lose.
Yes. If they go get, like I said, when we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
If they want to go out and get Malik Willis, and that's what the organization is going to do, your job as a quarterback is to go in there, do exactly what you're supposed to do, put film on tape, and get it done. So my thing is, you're going to get a chance to play and compete. You can't control who they bring in. You can control what you do and how you move forward, because at the end of the day, if the Browns want to make that move and they want to get crazy, I think that would be a ridiculous hypothesis move. But that don't change what the objective is. It's time to go to work. And what keeps you on the field will be what you do on the field. So all these teams, guys is auditioning for another position, whether it's Deshaun Watson, whether it's Shedeur Sanders, or whether it's Malik Willis. They're going to put them in the room. Let's cook.
All right. Did you say what was the question again?
Yeah, and G, you mentioned, well, at least you texted us, Cedric Tillman is the guy you think takes
a step back. Cedric Tillman, I think he takes a step back. And the reason
Can you take another step back?
No, because I think I think Kevin Stefanski liked his body type. I like the fact, I think when they drafted Cedric Tillman, I could see me and Tyvis do the receiver breakdown. And all of these receivers consistently have some of the same. They compare him to Cedric Tillman because if you go watch Cedric Tillman, he looks like a monster. He has the size, he looks the physicality, but he can't stay healthy, and there's something missing in his game every time he's on the field. So for me, when somebody drafts you and believes in you, they're going to give you the benefit of the doubt, because if you get injured, they're going to move you right back to where you was at and get minutes. If he gets injured now, I don't think that they'll do that, because they're going to draft a receiver, they'll bring in another receiver, they're going to be new guys, and I think if he does not show what he needs to do, other guys will be elevated.
I said yesterday, I think Cedric Tillman can be out of here.
He could possibly get cut.
Because I think, Judy's going to be here. I think Bond's going to be here. I think after that, anybody else could be gone.
Right. Especially when you got Harold Fanning, who's a primary. I think they'll use him a lot. And I think so to me, I think Tillman, he has to come in and he can't be hurt. He has to come in and learn. That's another thing too, Bull, is they had the advantage of being with Kevin Stefanski all those years. Yeah. So when you get a new coach, when I had 3 new coaches while I was in college. The thing that really takes you a little bit time to ramp up is it all depends on who can grasp the system the best. Because
even if he's not as talented,
right? If somebody if say for instance I'm better than the next guy and I keep busting assignments, that guy's going to get more opportunities to be on the field.
Makes
so,
sense.
At that point in time, there's going to be guys who, if you catch on to the system, that's why it's imperative, not going back to the quarterback, it's imperative that when you come in, you know the concepts in and out. Yeah. So now it just comes down to execution and whether or not accuracy, timing, all those things are rhythm. Yeah. But if you come in and you throwing the ball and you don't know the calls and the checks, then I can't play you. And that goes for everybody.
Jason, who you expect most improvement?
Well, this was the other topic that I think
it's it's impossible. It's so hard.
August is, I think, a better time to do this when you know who's on the roster and who the defensive coordinator is.
Because there's so few guys that even know.
And I mean, obviously, this is geared toward the offensive side, right? With Monken.
Yeah.
It's hard to look at that offense, and first of all, it's hard to find anyone who's going to go backwards.
Right,
the bar is on the ground
for everybody but Fannin and Judkins, pretty much.
Yeah. So for who's going to improve the most, I took Quinshawn more as I just think he's really good, and I think he'll be better in year 2. I don't even know if it's really tied to Todd as much as it is. I believe in him as a player, and with the full training camp and everything else, I think he'll be better. And I think they'll feature the run in this in Monken's scheme. And for the player who took a step back, I couldn't find anybody on offense.
There's nobody.
So I kind of went outside the box, and I took Devin Bush, who's a free agent, may not even be back.
I thought about that too.
He may not even be here. He's in line to get a big money deal. He had a great year. And that's why, if he is back, I'm looking at going, I think that there might be, with a new defensive coordinator, there might be a little bit of regression. And he had such a great season last year.
Awesome.
Can he really duplicate
that's
that?
That's a heck of a season right there.
Yeah, so it's not even, I'm not even knocking Devin. He just had such a phenomenal year that if he's back, I don't know that he can duplicate that. Yeah. And he may not even be here. They very well likely may lose.
I mean, he helped. He dang near just beat this. He beat the Bengals by himself. We played by that one play, that game, because they was in scoring range. All they had to do was score. That game was over. Yeah. I mean, he gets it, picks it off, takes it back. But he had a tremendous year. I do think one of the interesting parts, Bull, will be to see, because we'll be watching this, if the defense takes a step back. And I think a lot of people will be looking at that position in those groups because
it's a hard spot for whoever takes over as DC.
It's a no-win situation.
If there's any slippage, you're getting blamed
for it.
Yeah.
And if they're just as good, you're not getting credit.
Probably not. I mean, you'll get credit for maintaining at that level.
Yeah, but not a lot of credit.
Yeah.
So to me, the improvement, both of these were actually pretty easy, but because there's not a lot of options. I'm with you on Quinshon Judkins. We all love Quinshon. He did not have a good year. Like statistically.
We had a nice year.
Statistically, we went round and round about this.
Right.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was okay. Like, I look at him and I see superstar potential. Not quite Nick Chubb level. Maybe superstar's a little strong, but I see very good potential. Like, I think he could be a Pro Bowl caliber player, a legit Pro Bowl caliber player.
I was going to say, that definition is much looser these days.
Yeah, there you go.
I can see him being like a top 3 running back in the AFC.
Yeah.
He was not in a good position to succeed because they had no passing game and no offensive line.
Here's why. We ain't got to go around the back. Here's why I elevate this year, and I say it's a good year. You got to take into consideration where he started. He started looking like he wasn't going to play nothing because he was going to be in jail or somewhere.
Yeah, right.
So that, I'm like, okay.
I mean, no training camp, no nothing.
And then the contract, so he gets the contract done. He comes in, no training camp, no plays, no nothing, and he comes in and gives you 1,000. Yeah. And at one point in time.
Not 1,000, he didn't have 1,000.
All purpose. At one point in time, he was the only guy you had offensively that was going to give you anything.
That's it. Him and Fannin.
That was it.
So I think I also think Fannon's going to continue to improve too. But I think Judkins has a bigger jump.
I considered Fannin as a slip only because you just don't know how Monken's going to use him in the.
Yeah, I just think he's their only tight end. He's their best pass catcher. My slip is not that there's much room to slip, but I'll go with Cedric Tillman because he was a starter, and I think he's going to either be on the bench or maybe cut. Yeah. So I'll say him. I mean, who else could? Everybody else stinks.
I kind of hinted to this a little bit. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking about this now. Granted, like, I ain't seen nothing in his game that would tell me he about to be cold. But like I said, if you can get Zach Zenner to just be a serviceable lineman, that would be a godsend for the Browns. Because
same with Whippler.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. If you could get those guys to be serviceable, and you can allocate some pieces because I can't.
2 less offensive linemen. I mean, I think right now they're planning on Whippler being the starter, whereas I don't think they're planning on that with Zinter.
Oh no, I totally agree. It's not like you would count on him, but it would be a great if he was just a regular player. Like, it's just almost. But I expect him to get, if he could get I think he would be better, just getting incrementally better than DeJuan Jones, counting on him being healthy.
I don't think you can count on DeJuan Jones or Zinter.
No.
I mean, Whippler, I guess you can count on him. I don't feel that confident in him. You don't have a single short thing on that offensive line, not one.
Would you count on Whippler? No, would you count on Zinter more, or would you count on DeJuan Jones?
Tevin Jenkins. I'm serious. I'd resign Jenkins.
I know that DeJuan Jones, when he's healthy, is at least serviceable.
Yes.
But whereas we don't even know if Zinter can play.
But I just
can't count on DeJuan being healthy.
But that's what I'm saying. But if I had to choose between Zinter and DeJuan, I'd take DeJuan because at least I know he can play.
I would too.
Even if he only plays 5 games. All right, Mike, go ahead.
We got one last topic we got to get to, guys. No read. Let's get right into it. But the Phillies released Nick Castellanos, who is maybe most famous for the most perfectly timed home run in the history of announcing. He is a free agent. He hit 17 home runs last year with the Phillies Bowl. He plays the outfield DH. I even saw he plays a little first base if needed, but I'm not quite sure that's where he fits in best. The Guardians haven't signed anyone to add to their offensive repertoire. Bull. Would you rather see them make a move at a Nick Castellanos or just continue to hope and pray that their young outfielders develop into serviceable hitters?
I don't pray, so I won't be hoping and I won't be praying, but I will hope that the young outfielders can improve. I've been saying all offseason the Guardians need to be aggressive offensively. They have done literally nothing.
Yeah.
They have not added a single outside player to this team on the offensive side of the ball on a major league contract. Not one. So that's disappointing. But Nicholas Castellanos is shot. He also ended very badly. He was bringing beer into the
you saw that.
on the dugout. He can't play the field. His numbers were terrible. He is a cratering player. All right, the Phillies are a World Series contender. You don't cut a guy who like his numbers are not awful from last year. There's a reason you cut a guy.
Do you get cut in baseball?
That's rare.
You only never get cut in baseball.
It's very rare. Like, they still got to pay him. I know you'd have to pay him nothing, but I'd rather them if all along I've wanted them to sign a veteran, but I don't think that Nick Castellanos at this point is any better than the guys they're going to put out there.
If they sign him tomorrow, would you be upset?
I wouldn't be upset, but I wouldn't do it. Like, if they do it, okay.
This does not seem
I'd rather play Chase. Like, if it means Chase DeLauder's not going to play, then I wouldn't like it, yes. Yeah. If it means, some of these other guys, like Nolan Jones is not going to play, okay, fine. Like, he'll still hit you some home run. He's terrible in the field. Absolutely awful, and his hitting took a huge drop last year. And, like, even some of his own teammates at Philly were like, he disrespected the manager. Like, we can't have that guy here.
This don't sound like no Guardians
I
move.
totally agree.
The best free agent out there still, there's still one guy who I'd be interested in, even though, once again, he's not a perfect fit from a defensive standpoint, and that's Rhys Hoskins. Like, I mean, I could use him as my DH or first base between him and Manzardo. Like, if you added him, he's not an outfielder, so he's not affecting DeLauder really at all. And if that means less at bats for Nolan Jones and whatever, that's fine. I'd sign. I mean, you could have Hoskins 1 year, $8 million. Like, what did Hoskins? Hoskins was hurt last year, part of the season, but he's a decent player. He's younger than Castellanos, and you could have. I mean, if he hasn't signed yet, he's not getting paid anything. He's getting a 1 year deal. You could probably pay him $10 million. What were his numbers last year, Mike? Rhys Hoskins. And keep in mind he was hurt. He missed a decent amount of time.
RHYS.
Yeah, RHYS, Hoskins.
Last year, Rhys Hoskins.
How many games did he play?
He played in 300 played in 90 games. 320.
Okay, played about a little over half the season.
Yeah, he hit 12 home runs, 66 hits, hit 237, 43 RBIs, an OPS of 450, basically.
No, his OPS could be 450.
750. Sorry, 750.
Yeah, that's better than Castellanos.
Are you at the point where you just say, all right, y'all not going to do nothing?
Yeah.
Give every opportunity to these young dudes and just give them what I don't want to see is you don't go after nobody and then you play them, but they yank them out. They sit them up. They put them down. I want to see
DeLauder
a whole year
is going to has to be in the big leagues to start the season if you're not going to do anything.
Has to be?
Has to be. He's their best prospect.
I don't disagree. I think he should be. Are you willing to guarantee he's going to be
on the it's them. I'm not going to guarantee
it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying in my mind he has to be.
But why not? He
absolutely should be on the roster.
These dudes is old.
Assuming he's healthy.
These dudes is not new. They old prospects. We've been hearing about him forever.
Of course he should be.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that he's not going to spend the first 3 weeks.
I'm not convinced either. You're right, but he should be.
But I also don't know. It's the DeJuan conversation. How can you count on DeLauder and Valera to be healthy all year? They've never been healthy.
You can't.
How are they suddenly going to be healthy?
Well, that's why I would sign Rhys Hoskins.
Well, that's why Nolan Jones is here.
Well, he stinks. You know what? It's possible he could bounce back this year. It's possible, I would. Rhys Hoskins is cheap and available. Yeah. Like, he's a good player in his prime.
Yeah,
he's not a superstar, obviously, but like how many home runs did he have last year?
12.
12 home runs in 90 games. Like, an OPS of 750.
You can't get that from Valera. Solid. You can't get that from Valera and DeLauder and Kafis now.
Well, why can't you have those guys and him? You're Mr. Project Stockpile.
They haven't even got the Minimowskis yet.
Yeah, I mean,
like
sign Hoskins.
What I look at is, okay, why won't they just do this? We're gonna put DeLauder out there and he's gonna play the whole season
if he's healthy. And it's a big if.
And even if he's healthy and he's just trash. then you're like, bro, we gave you a whole season.
Yeah.
Where we can move on.
He won't be trash if he's healthy.
Okay.
He might not be great, but he won't be trash.
But at least give me a body of work so I know what to work with. Don't give me the 3 weeks up and then 2 weeks down.
It won't with him.
No. Once he gets, once he's up, he's up.
I believe that.
But
unless he's,
assuming they're healthy and not a disaster in spring training, Valera, Kafis, and DeLauder, there's no reason that all three of them should not be on the opening day roster.
Way too early roster. Who's starting in the outfield? Go.
I'm going to say
opening day.
DeLauder, Valera, and Quan.
Are you sure Quan's here?
I'm not sure he's here. I've been saying all along he could get traded.
Yeah. How he would get traded this late in the game?
I mean, it is late, but it's not. I mean, spring training is just getting started. So I actually agree with that is what it should be. Exactly what you said. Although we talked about DeLauder's injuries. Now you're going to make him a center fielder where you're exposing him to more.
Well, what they really should do is Stephen Kwan should get his ass in center field.
Absolutely agree. I totally agree.
And then you could play Valera and DeLauder on the corners.
Yep.
And there you go. And then have Manzardo and Kafis between first base and DH.
Yeah.
And then hopefully Bazana by the summer is ready to go.
That sounds intriguing.
And Nolan Jones is there in case of injury.
He's your fourth, fifth outfielder. And there'll be injuries. It's part of it.
And Nolan can play all three spots.
But I would much rather sign Rhys Hoskins than Nick Castellanos. He's younger, he's better.
And the thing about he's right-handed. Rhys is right-handed, right? I think
you're right.
Baseball Reference tab.
He's what?
Don't ask me.
I didn't hear. What did he say?
He's right-handed. I don't know why it's not coming to me off the top of my head right now.
Because they could use a right-handed bat. They're so lefty heavy.
He is right-handed, right?
He is, yeah. All right, super chats to wrap it up. Jordan D'Agostino says, shout out Chloe Kim as Myles Garrett cheered her on as she won silver for the snowboarding halfpipe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Myles is there with his old school camera taking photos.
He's big into photography.
I love that Myles Garrett is such a dork. And I say that with love and respect. He's into dinosaurs. He's into anime.
Yeah.
He's into cameras.
Elton John.
He's into Elton John and Dungeons and Dragons.
I like them.
Who is this guy?
Him and Jared Allen can be BFFs.
Yeah, I like them. No, this is a new Jared Allen.
But this guy is the best football player. He is one of the greatest athletes in the history of professional sports.
He writes poetry.
He's a real Renaissance man.
They are cute together. I like that move, Myles Garrett. I like them together.
Yeah.
Soup Loop says Lloyd, G. Bush, and McNuggets gotta be repented for having Bull dunk on them over the Kareem history. Bull, take your victory lap. # real ball knower.
Real ball knower.
Oh Lord. No, I apologize.
I know way more 70s and 80s basketball than you, Mike.
I was not alive. James Mace says Robert Horry definitely wasn't loyal, and my Cleveland Mount Rushmore: Jim Brown, LeBron, Kyrie, and Miles. CLT Jeff says Otto Graham went to 10 straight championships, won 7 of them.
Hey, hold on. Nasty work.
Yeah.
Nasty work. I told them in the chat I had to repent. I prayed for Bull and myself.
Pre-Super Bowl football gets a downgrade.
But not baseball. Go to the Yankees.
But not the old like
that was team specific, Jason. Pre-Super Bowl football and pre-color barrier baseball, I mostly disregard.
Except for the Yankees Mount Rushmore.
We'll do some Mount Rushmores over the summer.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Bull make his comprehensive list of rules that we have to abide
Yeah.
by.
These boys is crazy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him being in his
Otto
keeper league?
Graham.
His keeper
Otto
league
Graham
rules
won
gotta
8
be crazy.
championships. There were like 4 teams. I mean, come on.
Otto Graham was the first.
Let's not pretend. I know the Browns won a lot of championships then. Let's not pretend the championship then was the same as now.
Bill Rodewalt says success for Monken is having a top half of the league offense. Mouse Cup says I don't blame Harden. OKC showed him the business early. You can't be mad at him for treating teams as assets. Rising Star traded for some cap savings. Brad Schrack says, in the offseason, can we do an all-time Browns, Cavs, and Indians/Guardians teams? Do one each week for 4 weeks, with the last being individual Cleveland athletes. We could do that.
I like that. I like that.
Rosters. And then Robert Vasquez, and I'm going to put that on my list. Robert Vasquez, last super chat, says, would UCSS ever consider doing a live show in California for next year's Super Bowl?
California.
UCSS fans out here would love to show up big time. I'll bring the tacos.
Yes.
I mean, we'd love to do it. I don't know that we have that in the budget, unfortunately.
I would love to do it.
Hopefully next year we have a very different looking budget.
Yes.
Oh, look, that's very optimistic of you, Mike. I like that.
I got my fingers crossed for a few things in the middle.
Dropping some breadcrumbs, huh?
No, just
that it for the Super Chat?
He's like, no, just
literally optimistic. That is that for
I've
the
heard
Super
nothing.
Chat. So,
Just-
Bull,
Yeah.
give me your comprehensive list on what actually does count and doesn't count in Mount Rushmore season.
I mean, I'm just making it up off the top of my head. I just don't. To me, football before the Super Bowl, it's not the same. There weren't that many teams. And a lot of those Browns championships, they weren't even in the NFL at that point.
And you got to think about
Not a lot, but some the first couple.
Hey, I feel like it's tough if you had if you had a regular job in the offseason and fought in World War II or one.
Yeah.
And then you still play baseball. That's kind of wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
And you smoked.
and you smoke a pack of Lucky Strikes. Like, that's crazy. Like,
By the way, Jackie Robinson's wife is still alive. Did you know that?
man,
His widow.
that's
Rachel Robinson's 103 years old.
Black
She'll
don't
turn
crack.
104 this summer.
Wow.
And that got me down a spiral of looking for the oldest people in America. There's a woman, I can't think of her name, who's 115, I believe. Most of the oldest people are women. Women live longer.
they let things go.
They're better people in general.
There's a retired judge who's a family friend of ours, Joe Srigliano. He's 101. Friends with Jack Nicklaus.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he
101.
still active or no, or at least is he mentally sharp still?
Yeah.
It's wild.
Hey, man,
101.
Listen, the great thing about it is, man, when you get to be that age, like you sign a peace treaty with God where you can just hit a button and be like, I'm done.
Well,
Like,
funny,
just boom.
he's a member at Firestone, and at Firestone, you get on your birthday, you get your percentage off, so he plays for free.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's
That's
still playing?
awesome.
I mean, he rides in the car.
Yeah, there it is. That's still playing when it comes to that. If I can get out of bed at 100, I'm winning.
That's funny.
I'm getting out of bed when I'm 40.